What's up, everybody? I hope you guys can hear me good, and hope you've had a good week since last week, since we were here together last week. Got a cool. I know you guys have probably seen these. They did come out, I think, maybe a couple days before last Saturday, but they didn't hit the store here until I might have got it Sunday. So, like, almost pretty much a week ago. But flaming hot. I mean, this is definitely a trend. Hot everything. Hot Cheetos, hot sauces was huge for a long time. Not that it's not still huge, it's just kind of died off in the social media realm like it used to be extremely big. Everybody was doing it. Heck, even I remember Shaq eating one of the one chip challenges, and yeah. Recently, I found out that eating spicy things could cause my pancreatitis to flare up, and I'm not willing to risk that just to test myself with spicy things. So I didn't send out a notification for this live stream. So real quick, let me flip the camera around. I'll talk to you guys while I do that. Go to YouTube, turn the volume down, and make a real quick post about the stream. And then I'm going to update you guys about the freaking kittens. They're 10 days old today. The youngest one was born probably an hour or two ago, 10 days ago. I think she stopped having them around 7 o'clock, 7:30. And then the first one was born at like 9:30 that morning. They are all going to be given away to a rescue center that adopts. They actually have a bunch of foster homes, and they adopt the kittens out. I just can't. I can't have another cat here. I refuse to have another cat here. What is the deal with this clicking? There we go. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down. Either way, I don't care. Let me go to live chat, Miss Marilyn. I'm starting to remember. Got it within the first couple minutes there. Wow. Why? Okay, so when I type things on my phone, I use the swipe like this. Like that. Why is it that it spells things completely weird? So I tried to spell the, T-H-E, and it spelled, look, hang on, spelled it T-H-R. I don't like this iPhone so much. The color is way off, and I can't make it focus. So it has to do the autofocus on its own, and it's nowhere near as good at doing it, the focusing as Samsung. And Samsung's, you have the option of focusing. You have a all you really do is touch the screen, but you touch it where you want it to focus at, and it focuses in on whatever area. Like, say it's 5 feet away, it's going to focus on that. I like that versus what I have going on with the iPhone here. There's no way to focus, so it's just going to most likely pick up on the person, and then if there's no person, it's going to pick up on who knows what. I don't know what it would decide to focus on if there's no person in the foreground. T-H-R, T-H-E. Confusing myself. Come over and join in the chat. But yeah, usually I text quite a few folks, and this week I was like, you know what, I don't want to bug people. I don't want to do it. I would rather, if they have free time and want to hang out, that's cool. If not, I don't want to bug them. Okay. Post. So, from the title and the thumbnail, I'm sure you saw, tonight is IMP night. It's vintage IMP night. It's not just IMP. And I also have a letter, which I haven't gotten a letter in a really long time, so looking forward to opening that up. And let's do that right now. Letter is from Stephen and Natalie. I'm not going to say their last name, and I'm not going to dox them in any way, shape, or form. But I am going to open their letter right now. Yeah, it's been a while since I got a letter like this, and I'm pretty excited to open it up. Okay, as long as it doesn't glitter bomb me or something funny like that. All right. We got us a letter here on some sort of university letterhead, looks like. Dear Oldsmokey, we watched your eating history and found it quite interesting, or fascinating. We didn't have any MREs to send you, but we do have this small pouch of Starbucks instant coffee to share. We figured you could wash down the history you eat with a cup of Joe. A few years old. Oh, cool! It's Starbucks from 2000 and probably 9. The best by date is 2010. I'm going to bet that these little pouches of coffee are probably good for at least a year. I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe longer. It might have a longer printed shelf life. We thought a postage was worth the cost. Thank you. And versus throwing it away. And it says enjoy. And they left their email and stuff. So I'll have to email them and let them know that I got this. And check this out. I've never seen one like this before because I wasn't looking at Starbucks coffee. I'm not a Starbucks guy, I guess. I've only ever drank Starbucks as far as like the actual coming from the brick and mortar store while we were filming the show, because I'm just going to say it, all those Hollywood types and stuff that I was working with, they were accustomed to that on a daily basis, 2 to 3 times a day sometimes, but definitely that was their norm, was Starbucks. So I partook because they would get these boxes of coffee with like a little spout, and you unscrew it and dump it in. But that's the only time I've ever drank Starbucks. And of course, sometimes they would say, well, we're going to go make a Starbucks run. What do you guys want? I would always get something like a frozen coffee, like a slushy like thing, just because I don't know, they was paying for it, and it was probably like $10. But yeah, this is actually really cool. I had Starbucks coffee that was in, I think it was it in, yeah, I think I had it for the dinner. I switched the dinner and the lunch that LC sent, and I drank a Starbucks coffee that she sent probably about a month ago, and it was really, really, really strong. But this one, check it out. I don't know if you guys can read that or not, but it says Best By, or Best Before, 15 October 2010. So I don't know. That's an odd item to find laying around. It is 12 years old, so it actually is, you know, for something like this, that's pretty old to have it still lingering around. I think it's pretty cool. And this is something else I was thinking about earlier. When it comes to food, I know I've brought this topic up before, and I've also discussed this before, but vintage is going to be different depending on what you're dealing with, especially when it comes to rations, okay? So I'll give you what my opinion is, and then we can discuss it from there. But say when it comes to a U.S. ration, because we have a lot more access to them here in the United States, well, we did. They're drying up. But we used to have a lot more access to older MREs, brown bags, and, you know, all the way back into the 80s. Those are, in my opinion, for sure, vintage food, vintage rations. And even some tan bags, in my opinion, are vintage rations. Now, once you get up to 2008, and they go to the current bag style, it's like it's pretty hard to consider that to be vintage, even though it would be 14, 15 years old now. And all right, now let's compare it to something that's actually very comparable, the Canadian IMP. The Canadian IMP is not as accessible here, number one. Oh, got a super chat. Hang on, I'll get it in just 1 second. So the Canadian IMP is not as accessible as the MRE is to us, but it's still pretty accessible usually, or has been over the years. But they're also in brown paper bags, which affects the way they age, number one. And number two, you have to take into account all the commercial items that are in there and the way those commercial items are packaged. These are all things that I take into account. And in my personal opinion, Canadian IMPs, when you get to like 2012 and back, let's just call it 10 years old. 10 years old is pretty old for an IMP. You're really risking having food that's not going to be edible. Now, if most MREs that you get that are 2010, they're probably going to be edible. You would really have to store them, I mean, horribly. Like, say, in California in an attic. I have experienced California attic stored rations before. Before it gets too far, let me take care of this. Hey, what's going on, horny animal? This is Yellow All. How was your week, Smokey? It was a week that I could forget, I think. A lot of stuff, like, just, I wouldn't call it work, but just stuff that's got to be taken care of, normal, everyday stuff. Last couple of weeks have been really weird. Lost my doctor. That was my good friend's dad, which was a very weird and awkward situation. And I'm not going to go into the details of that, but I'm still confused. Still don't understand the whole thing. And I don't know. It's just I've had a weird last couple of weeks. A lot of stuff that I've needed to do has came to the point where I've got to get stuff done. So, just kind of a work thing. I see Donjuan in the chat, but Horny Animal, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. And Stephen and Natalie, thank you guys for the old Starbucks coffee, because it will get put to use. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use that yet, because it's interesting, because it's not common. It's not something that you think about. Most people would throw that away. Let's be honest. Like, that would have gotten thrown away typically years ago. But even if it was stashed in the back of a pantry or something like that, and you came upon it, unless you're like me, some weirdo that likes to experiment and eat old food, and sometimes, like, I'm storing stuff just to store it for a future day. One of these days, 10 years from now, I may be doing a live stream or making a video and be like, I've been storing this can of Campbell's soup for 20 years. Something like that. I do have stuff that I've been storing for probably close to 10 years right now, as of right now. So, yeah, I mean, there's stuff and I've got old drinks that I've had for probably longer than that. Probably 15 years. I've got some stuff that I've gotten put back and stored. And those were, like, I was into collecting different types of cans and stuff like that. So, anyway, so here's the deal with the I want to put this coffee somewhere where I kind of want to display it. I'm going to put it back here. Yeah, it's going on the shelf. All right, but like I was discussing, you got to get back into the 80s to see the previous era. Not era. So there's different eras of IMPs. Vertical bags, boxed bags, and that's not what we're doing here. And two-part, you had the two-part meals. I'm talking about canned rations. So you got to get back into the 80s to see the Canadian IMP canned rations. And those are most certainly very vintage. And I don't know, man. I just feel like a Canadian, this is literally just my personal opinion. Take it or leave it. But I consider an IMP that's 10 years old to be vintage. So 2012 and back, and like it used to be 2000 like 9 or 8 and back years ago. I kind of always set that mark at about 10 years for an IMP, and then I kind of start considering it to be what I think is vintage. Now let's go a step further, and let's talk about like Baltic rations. Let's talk about like Slovenian or Russian. When we're talking about rations like that, I mean 5 6 years, and I'm gonna consider that food to be vintage. It is not meant to hold up. The shelf life on them is typically a year, or roundabout year and a couple months, or take away a couple months. So I've got a mountain ration. I think the date on it is, I know the year's 2015, but I'm not exactly sure when. It might have been like a January 15. So it's a solid 7 years old now. And to me, that Russian mountain ration is to the point to where I would consider it vintage. There's not going to be very many of those rations floating around out there. And put 10 up in, wait, what are we talking about? I was starting to feel sketchy about the two 2015 IMPs I got, but after Steve's video the other day. Daniel, well, okay, so I didn't watch that video, but a 2015, I would feel pretty confident with the 2015, especially if I knew someone who'd had it for X amount of years. Like I have 2013s and 14s, which I think I'm down to 113 and a couple 14s. But I have 13s and 14s that I have had since like late 2015. So I've had those rations now for 7 years in my possession, and they have been stored pretty well. 70 or below. I try to keep it below like 65 to 68, but definitely below 70. 70 or below. In the summer, it's hard. Like, it's hard for me to get it to just stay at 70 and or below. In the evenings, definitely I get it cooler. But so how much were you getting rid of them for, CT? Put 10 of them up on eBay. I mean, any IMPs right now that are hitting eBay are probably going to sell fairly easily because they're just not out there. They just haven't been out there. Hey, what's going on, G Schultz? G had a good live stream last night with some, what I thought looked like some really tasty Russian food. I don't even think you can get those IMPs or those IRPs like he had last night. But I'm going to quit talking your ears off, and I really want to check out. Let's get the kittens, and before I do that, I want to try this Fire Mountain Dew out. Flamin' hot, sorry. With the blast of heat and citrus. So it's flavored with other natural flavors, it says. It's got a little flame devil looking guy on there. I think he's got like a lollipop on fire. I thought it was a pitchfork, but it is not. It looks like a friggin' lollipop with flames on it. So it smells like cleaner. It smells kind of not like Pine Sol, but like a fresh kind of a citrusy cleaner. Okay, that's weird. The flavor's kind of like a Code Red, kind of. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Kind of an orangey or mandarin type of citrus added to the typical lemon lime Mountain Dew. There's definitely a heat there. It's kind of like if you eat something really hot and take a drink of a soda, you know how sometimes it'll make it hotter? That's exactly what this is like. Which is never a good thing when you take a drink of something after you've eaten something hot, or when you take a drink of like a soda and you're trying to cool your mouth down and it just kind of makes it hotter, makes it sting more. Yeah. Smitty eats too many and drives up the price. uh, it shouldn't hurt as bad as chunky beer. Yeah, no doubt. I've been thinking about drinking some more old beers, man. Gabriella, too. Got to thank him for the small stash that I have left. I've drank a lot on these live streams. There was one point I think I drank 3 or 4 in one live stream, which made for an interesting live stream. I wouldn't mind. I think this would mix well. This would be a good mixer, like some moonshine or something like that. And I do have some right here. Typically, I don't do this, but you know what? Just gonna take a drink right out of the freaking jar. Pretty out of character for me to do so. God, that's strong smelling. Good Lord. Whew. It smells like something I would burn in my, like as fuel in my car, is what it smells like. I can just feel my gut burning already. As far as the chaser goes, wow. I didn't feel any of the heat from this. I don't know if it's because of the heat from this. Oh, I can feel it all the way down into my gut, though. It smells. It smells. It's really smooth, though. I mean, my uncle does one heck of a job. I'm going to have to get some, like, straight, clear moonshine from him. Oh. Oh. I haven't had a sip of alcohol at all until whatever the last time I had something like this on here was. Not really a fan of it, to be honest, but pretty interesting how it mixed with this, though. Best by date on this is July of this year. That's kind of stupid. 3 months? Really? Mountain Dew does seem to kind of go bad, in my opinion, rather quickly. Moonshine, that will smooth out the old Dew. Well, the old Mountain Dew was a moonshine of some kind. And then it turned into a soda. And it started off as like a Sprite, a clear soda. All right, well, looking at the custom sheet here. Son of a... Oh, God. I was looking up some information about IMPs, and the older ones, like pre-2010, were deficient in a couple... I think it was calcium and... I can't remember. I don't want to say wrong. It was deficient in a couple vitamins, and they weren't worried about it, and you could still eat them for a 30-day diet of nothing but IMPs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 a day, roughly 3,600 calories roundabout a day, so a little less than 4,000. Probably be closer to 4,000. But man, isn't that just kind of? Could you imagine having to eat these things 3 times a day for 30 days straight? Nothing else. Not any other food items. I guess fresh ones, it wouldn't be that bad. If I had the old ones, I don't think I couldn't make it 30 days. Yeah, let's see what we got in this box. This is a mix, okay? So I didn't have a picture of what's in this box because it's sealed up. So I had to use a picture from Dawn like I picked out some of the rations that were in that picture. And there's going to be a mix in here of rations from 96 all the way up to 2008, I do believe. So the youngest ration we could do tonight would be 14, 15 years old. And the oldest could be 12 years older than that, down to a 96. So I'm going to flip this box. Actually, you know what? I probably should cut it open over here and take off all of Dawn's info over here. All right. I like when people wrap boxes like this. Delicious does the same thing. Wraps it in this black plastic, which I think is a type of shipping plastic. I've never done it myself. Although this is, next time I ship something to Australia or Canada or anywhere out of the States, I'm going to wrap it the same way this is, because it's Customs doesn't want to have to mess with trying to patch it up. I know that sounds silly, but it adds a whole lot of extra work for them. And this is in a vintage case that, oh, dang. Dawn, your address is even on the top of the box here. I'm going to have to cut it off somehow. I'm going to try. If I can't, I'll try to mark it out. Oh, it's not wanting to come off. Not at all. Wait. That just made it worse. Well, yeah, we'll go ahead and go through these, and then I'll bring the little kittens up. Man, they've gotten so big in 10 days, and they started opening their eyes. 2 or 3 of them had their eyes open at 7 days. So 3 days ago, went on Wednesday. 4 days ago, whatever. Technically 3, right? Saturday to Friday, Friday to Thursday, Thursday to Wednesday. Yeah. 3. Yeah, I don't know. Trying not to mess the box up at the same time. I'm just going to use a marker. Let's see if that does it. Good enough. All right. Ugh. Ugh. Flippy flip. All right. Now it's time to cut open the case. Like I said, this is a vintage case. I don't know. It's 2010 case. Looks like. Maybe. I don't know. I think that's what that 10 is the year. 10 breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, I think so. I think it's a 2010 box. If I get any more off of Don, I'm going to see if he'll send me one of the 90s boxes. I'd like to... this one will probably end up at the museum. I'm going to take any cases like this that I have that I don't have on display, which you guys are... I'm going to do something here pretty soon. I've already got it started in the works. You guys are... It's pretty exciting. You guys are going to see. It's going to be awesome. All right. Box is open. But yeah, I'm excited to tell you guys about it, but I want to make sure everything's done, paperwork's done, which within the next couple weeks should be happening. and got to figure out what I'm doing about the house that I live in. I hope I don't end up losing this place. I really do. Okay. Let's see here. Looks like we got 3 white ones, and the rest are brown. Did I miss any chat? Let's see what rations we got here, because I honestly don't remember what I picked. Picked out. So, 97 beef macaroni. Where am I going to set that? Set it down here, maybe. We got, oh yeah, a 97 shepherd's pie. Love me some shepherd's pie. I'm a huge shepherd's pie fan. Ham steak and pineapple sauce from 96. Nice. Kind of a light feeling meal. I wanted to stick it back down in there. We have a 2008 veal cutlet with lemon sauce. How fancy. Veal. A scallop de veau avec sauce citron with lemon sauce. Okay. Huh. I'm sure my French right there was horrible. You Canadians probably could tell me. Smitty, CT, B Temple, probably B Temple. Meatloaf with onion sauce. Menu number 4 from 08. Alright, what else we got here? We got 2007 cabbage rolls and tomato sauce. Cabbage rolls, huh? I think those are beef too. I'm not sure what's in the cabbage rolls. Szechuan chicken, like Szechuan sauce. Szechuan chicken, 2007. That should be interesting. You guys ever seen the episode of Rick and Morty where Rick he's in his own head and he gets to go back to McDonald's from like 90 something? Can't remember when it was, but he had the Szechuan sauce. CT said, yes, your French is horrible. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Thanks for the super chat, man. I need somebody to teach me. I know I'm horrible at any language. I'm not even that good at English, let's be honest. I need to work on that. So so I'd really like to get into speaking another language. And I just realized I didn't answer your text from the other day, CT. I don't know what this is. Navarin? I don't remember picking this one. I don't know what this is. Okay, somebody want to tell me what exactly this is? Because I honestly don't know. Spicy tuna roll says it's lamb stew. Okay, interesting. Another fancy dish with a really interesting title or name. Huh. So it's a lamb dish, more like a lamb stew. Smoky, most Canada don't parlez de ding dong. Most of Canada doesn't speak French, I assume. That's a really cool one, man. I'm into that. Ooh, the chicken breast with gravy. Who sent me one of it was that mix. Oh, dang it. I'm drawing a blank right now because I tried to think of it too fast. But remember when we opened the box? I think it was from 96 or 98. It was from the 90s. It was the chicken breast with gravy, same as this, except it had opened. It had a pinhole in it. So I know that dish should be right up my alley of like the stuff I like. And here we have a 2010 with the nice green breakfast print, and it's hash browns and bacon. Hash browns and bacon's been around for a minute now. I didn't really realize that until I looked at this. I don't know if this came into the U.S. until like 12 or 14, maybe. I don't think we had it in 2010. So I wonder if it's different than the current type of hash browns and bacon. Well, I just went through all 10 of them, and let me move the camera up a little bit. What are you guys thinking is a good one to go for here? We have two 1997 lunches, the beef mac and shepherd's pie, and then we have that menu number 4 from 96, which is it's a breakfast, ham, steak, and pineapple sauce, which I'm not huge on pineapple. Like Thanksgiving time and all that, they always, my old lady and my mom both stick pineapple slices to the outside of the hams, like it matters, because I don't think it really affects the taste that much. But the basting, like the gravy that they baste it with, they come up with some sort of mixture with the pineapple juice. The 07 cabbage rolls, and then we had that one. This one is going to get a proper review, just because I don't think most people know what this is, or most Americans. Let's put it that way. You Canadians might be familiar with this a lot more than us Americans, but this is also a pretty light one compared to some of the others. Some of the others are much heavier. Like this one's really heavy. The chicken breast with gravy, which is an 07. And we have that breakfast right there. Let's see what these other two up here are. All the Szechuan chicken. All the veal cutlet. Again, another really light one. I'm not sure what that'll be that's making it so light. And the meatloaf with onion sauce. So let's get a choice of a few of them up here to pick from. The cabbage rolls is probably interesting. Did Steve just recently do the cabbage roll one, though? Is that what he did? I don't know what he did. If he did, I'll stay away from that. Yeah, I don't eat meatloaf in my real life, but if I am out somewhere, I will consider eating a meatloaf, or I will, if I'm out to eat somewhere, basically is the only time I'd ever have meatloaf, unless it's out of a ration. Oh, he did a pork chow mein? Okay, cool. Well, then I ain't worried about it, because I don't have that. Good deal. So, the Szechuan chicken is very interesting. And what else? We got, that's the veal cutlet one. Another super lightweight one. I'm going to throw what I think will be my favorite up here, just because I think I will enjoy the chicken breast with gravy. And, hey, no. So, the chicken breast with gravy, really anything here, I don't care. I'll eat any of them except this one. This is the one that I want to stay away from and actually do a proper review one of these days. But the cabbage rolls, the 96s and 97s are on the board. Any one of them. Bourbon Street Joe says, never heard of it before. Yeah, I'd never heard of it before either. Okay, Ordo says he did do the pork chow mein. Good deal. So I definitely don't have that. Smitty, it's shredded chicken? I thought this was an actual chicken breast. That one that I had from 96 or 97 was a solid, it was a solid breast, because I did open it up whenever I was throwing it away just to look at it, and it actually didn't smell bad. So I don't know if that hole wasn't real new, because there was dried up nastiness, I remember now. Emil says either of the 97s. Bourbon Street Joe says because it's French. Ordo says the cabbage rolls. cabbage rolls is probably going to be pretty good. Again, this is something that I don't eat in my day-to-day life. This is not something that I would ever seek out to go eat, is a cabbage roll. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like a good chicken breast myself. I'm a huge fan of the Mountain House chicken and mashed potatoes. I have got to find some of those for sale somewhere. I've got to. But I don't want to pay internet prices, which is like 1.5 times what you can get them in the store. So I've got to find some in a store somewhere. I'm going to be going to Columbus soon. When I go up there, I'm going to hit up the sports places, the Cabela's, the Dick's, and places like that, and see what they have going on with the freeze-dried stuff. Dave's 45 Auto lives up there. I've met with him a couple times up in Columbus, and he picks up like really cool oddities all the time, and he'll review just like the single main on his channel all the time, so just to do a quick review of one off-the-wall product that he picked up. And I think that's great, because I love to see that stuff, because if not, like, you never see it, or I don't. So I check out his channel a lot whenever he posts a video like that. So I seen some at Cabela's a while back and regret not getting them. Yeah, I hear you, CT. I don't know why, but that's just like the perfect meal for me. Some people, that might not be the best one. Some people would probably rather have the spaghetti or the lasagna or the curry or the eggs and bacon, or, you know, whatever. I do like the breakfast skillet. I think that's a really good one with the potatoes and the sausage and everything, the cheese, everything mixed up. I think it's really good. I think it'd be great on a burrito. Some hot sauce. I haven't done that yet, but I need to. Yeah, the chicken and mashed potatoes is awesome. LC says for the ham. You know what? I'll tell you what I can do while everybody's thinking about it. I can bring the little kittens up here, and I will leave out. I'll leave a couple of these out. Leave the chicken up here. And what's this one? The cabbage rolls, that was also mentioned. And we'll leave the beef mac up here. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. It looks like a little bit of mold. It's kind of stopped. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that musty smell to it. But IMPs with the aluminum foil underneath, they can survive that. So as long as it was stopped early on. All right, let me get the little rascals up here. I haven't been messing with them. I haven't been touching them. I haven't been fooling with them. I don't want to love them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to become attached to them. And they're so damn cute that it's virtually impossible to not form some kind of affectionate opinion of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's some cool ones there, G. Schultz. Okay. GG, I'm going to get your babies out. Okay? You okay with that? I know you're not going to be. So, we've got a runt that's pretty small. And I'm afraid she's not getting enough food. He, I'm not sure if it's a he or a she. But it's one or the other. Did you really eat all that food, Gigi? Wow, good job. I didn't think you'd eat all that like that. Good deal. Okay, let me see your babies, okay? Okay, looky here. Oh, this is the runt. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, cutie. Here. Yes. It's got some awesome stripes. It's going to have long hair, I do believe. Watch out, Gigi. So this is the twin. I think they are twins. And this one's also small. Hi, baby. Hi. Oh, yes, your little eyes. Look at you. Yes, I've got formula coming for you two. You two and the black one. And this is the other one that I consider to be small. The little black one. It's got a good bit of gray to its paws. Kinda. Here. You don't like being on your belly. I know. Oh, you're too cute. Look at you. Look at your little paws. Look at them little paws. Okay, here. Down there with your siblings. Okay. This is the smaller of the gray ones. It's very gray. I mean, the gray is like, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it. It's a really interesting coat they have. Okay. Here, get down there with them. Go. One more. I saved the biggest for last. It's okay, Gigi. It's okay. Look at this guy. He's huge. Or she. Oh, look at you. Hi, baby. Oh. It's okay. Here. Oh. What's the matter? Mommy's freaking out. It's okay, Gigi. It's okay. You want to get up here with them? Yeah. Oh. How many, I have no idea. I haven't sexed them at all. I don't know. Or I don't even think they're old enough yet. They're only, today they're 10 days old. So it'll be pretty hard to tell this early on. From my experience, typically I don't know what sex they are until they're like 6 to 8 weeks, really, until they're about, probably about 6 weeks. But they're just barely over a week old right now. It's okay, Gigi. You don't have to pick them up. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. This is the neighbor's cat, not my cat. She just had kittens at my house, so now I'm taking care of them. And the neighbors don't take care of them. Oh, it's okay, Gigi. It's okay. I call her Gigi. Stands for Gray Girl. You know, I really haven't had to fool with them, really at all. The only reason that I feel like this one's really skinny. The two, I think they're called tabby. I think that's what K-Man called them, or tiger striped ones are kind of lightweight, and the black one seems kind of lethargic. That may just be because it's a super chill cat, but it is smaller than the two gray ones are huge. Oh, look at you. Hi. Look at you. Are you looking for something? Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Hi. Your mommy's over there. Here. Here. There's mommy. There's mommy. Oh, she loves them. But she has been leaving them a lot. Like, she's been leaving them for an hour or two at a time. Sometimes even longer, which really surprises me. I will say that another thing is that I know that she killed a litter of kittens. And I hated her after that. I don't know why she done it. But I had to be the one to find them. So I knew that she was pregnant because she comes around like maybe once a month or something. Not very often. She comes around, I'll see her. And I saw her and she was pregnant. And then the next time I seen her, she wasn't. And I was like, oh, shoot, she had her kittens. And I was walking around over there and I smelled something dead. And I had to find her litter of kittens. And it broke my heart. I don't know if there was something wrong with them or I don't know why she done that. I really don't. I don't understand it. But I guess that there might have been a reason or maybe there wasn't. I'm not really sure. But it is what it is. I guess there's nothing I could do about it at that point. They were like a day or two gone. I just wish that the neighbors would take care of her. You know, I, it's their cat. You know, she goes in their house. She lives over there 90% of the time. 10% of the time she'll come over here and fool around with the cats that are here. But I've already got an appointment to get her fixed as soon as she is able, which is going to be from right now about 10 or 11 weeks, I think. I told him whenever that she had him, and she was going to be obviously nursing for a while, for probably the next 6 weeks or so, 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know. They're getting big quick, so. I hear you, Jesse. I hear you. I agree. Dude. It doesn't matter to me what kind of animal it is. If you had a pet possum and you mistreated it, I would have a problem with that. Or if you had a pet snake and you mistreated it, I don't like snakes, but I don't think any animal deserves to be mistreated. I think most animals. These are. I guess it's a little bit different when it comes to dogs and cats because they're so domesticated and they're so ingrained in the American culture in our lives. But when it comes to an animal that could be out in the wild, like a bird or a snake or something like that, um, there's no reason in the world for people to have them and then treat them like crap, man. I just it definitely bothers me. Come here, little one. Come here. I'm gonna help you. There you go. Yes, you too. There you go. Oh, fight for it, little one. Get you some. Get you some, little one. Yes, you're so cute. You are so cute. Look how pretty you are. Oh. 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 When these ones were first born, you see how they got them like lines on the back of their neck? Their fur has gotten, I would say, 5 times as long as it was from when they were born. But when they were born, they had these really defined lines all the way down from like their head all the way down to like their shoulders. And they looked really interesting, which they still do look really cool. Very different from any other kittens. And I don't know who the dad could be. So the dad, I would assume, would have to look like these, maybe, unless her mom or dad looked like those. I don't know. Not really sure. Oh, hang on. Look at this guy. Oh, he's giving himself a bath, or her. This one's huge. It's licking its paws. Oh, God, that's super cute. Why aren't you up there eating, little one? Are you just interested in what's going on? Gigi, I don't want to pet you right now. You got some... Oh, it's cat food. I've been giving her cans of cat food. I haven't been giving it to the other ones, just to her, and see if I could help her be able to make the milk that she needs to make. Oh, yes, little one. Get up in there. Hey, little gray one. Their little short, stubby tails. They are extremely cute. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. No, I do not have names for them, and I am not going to name them. Just because I cannot let myself get attached. It's okay. Here. There you go, big one. Yeah, this one right here is by far the largest. And I by a good bit. Monkeys ran wild. Likely get a rest going Rambo on the monkeys, no doubt. I think monkeys, like, sometimes their personalities can come off as very cocky and standoffish and like, just, like, you'd look at them like you'd look at a crappy person that was, beating up on his wife or something. Like, sometimes monkeys can just give you that look that you can tell they're up to no good. Although I do like watching, like, the all the monkeys really at the zoo. I think they're cool to watch, but also then I start thinking like, man, they're stuck in that cage and stuff. Like that sucks. But and then I'm like, okay, well, there's also a bunch of poachers out there that could be killing them or having them tied to a telephone pole in India. Or who knows? I mean, there's so much weird stuff like that goes on. You know, you can't really judge things for that. Did we decide on a meal? I think someone mentioned the cabbage rolls again. You got a little squirrel in your yard that takes peanuts from me. That's awesome, Tim. Yeah, that's awesome. I've got a possum that I have watched grow up from a little baby. I handled it when it was a little baby. Actually, there was three of them, but this one in particular is like almost white. It's very light colored, and I know it because of the way it looks. The rest of them, they kind of look the same. I think there's a total of three that come around, and then there is two skunks. There's a great big skunk and a little skunk, but one's male and one's female when it comes to the skunks, I'm sure. Oh, hi, little baby. Here, I got it, Gigi. It's right here. I picked it up, honey. It's not back there. She thought one of her babies went over her back, and she moved. Oh, you little black one. Oh. Ordo says Gigi picked the cabbage rolls. I'm good with that. Cabbage rolls. I like cabbage. I love some good sauerkraut. My grandma used to make sauerkraut all the time when I was growing up, and I hated it. Well, sauerkraut with sausages, like with chunks of sausage in it. I won't eat just sauerkraut typically. It's got to have some sort of protein in it, some sort of meat. But hey, there's Mulder. What's going on, Mulder? Hey, he votes cabbage rolls. Pretty nice assortment, though. Where did you find these? I picked them up from Dawn, actually. And I think Dawn is actually in the chat, but Donjuan. And I got, like I said, I got a whole mix of them. Oh, no, 96 to 08. Did I have one 2010? I think there was one 2010 in there that was green. It was the hash browns. That's right. It was the hash browns with bacon. The one 2010. But yeah, I'm super stoked to have gotten them, man. I We will be testing out how they have held up as we go along. I will probably eat 80% of these on live streams. I would say 70% on live streams, something like that. I love the older vintage Canadian IMPs. I would love to find a batch of like late 80s, early 90s IMPs that were at least partially edible, but that the odds of that are pretty low. So it sounds like cabbage rolls is going to be it. And thank you so much for that super chat, dude. I appreciate that. All right, guys. Come up here and say bye-bye. Oh, oh, you're going to be so black and white and cute. Oh, oh, I can't tell what the, I don't know what, maybe a boy, probably a boy. Oh, is that one? You using this one for a pillow? Oh, little baby. Little baby. Do you have that thing that one had? No, you don't. This is probably a little girl. Oh, my goodness. Come here. Oh, this is the huge gray one. Oh, my goodness. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. Oh, come on, Gigi. Down here. They're all coming down there, Gigi. Here, say bye-bye. Oh, oh, you're so cute, honey. You're so cute. You're so cute. Look at their little ears. Oh, okay. Okay, come here. Come here. I got you. I got you. Here. Oh. Oh, it's a little belly. And this one is a little boy. Yes, you're a little boy. You're a little teddy bear. You look like a little gray teddy bear. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Down here, Gigi. There you go. They're all in there. little cat house that she can go in and out of. Watch your tail, Gigi. Put the lid on. Alright. It's got the little flapper door on it. Okay, alright. Yeah, old man. Yeah, I feel like an old man. That is for sure. So cabbage rolls it is. Now, I don't really know if this is a meal that would hold up, but since Mulder sent in that super chat, if anybody else has got a really strong suggestion of something else they want to see, speak now or forever hold your peace. Let's take a little bit better look at this, even if. What coming soon? Oh, coming soon from Marvel, old man. So, big difference compared to all the way up until 2019. 2019? 2019, yeah. 2020 they changed, right? I'd have to look at that, but I think so. Anyway, 2019 definitely. Started in 2015 was when they put the QR code on the back, so you could scan and go directly to the Canadian Forces Combat Rations page. And on the front here, the typical military ration, not for resale. G. Schultz says, thank you again for promoting last night's stream, Smokey, and especially after the disastrous start. Oh, man, I wanted to help you so bad, dude. I was like, oh, man. And I was like, what happened with me was my stream was like 1 minute behind, where I had paused it to do something, and then I started it again, and I didn't fast forward it to get back to current time. So I was like a minute behind you, which was too much time, plus the regular delay that it has, which is a few seconds. And I wanted to help you out, because let me just real quick, I'll run through what happens. If you got a stream that messes up like that again, literally just back out and go to your home screen. Then you can adjust your camera and do whatever you got to do to your camera. And then you can close YouTube completely. So close it out completely, as far as like pull it up out of your browser and your apps that are open. Close it, go back into it, hit your typical live stream. You know, you'll go into the menu where it says create a post, create a short, go live. Hit the go live, and it'll come up and it'll say resume or end stream. And just hit resume, and it'll just literally pick right back up, and you won't lose anything that way. So I've learned that after many live streams have crapped the bed on me, and it's become a custom. I've become accustomed to being able to fix it now. But that is the way that you want to do that. And thank you for that super chat, man. I really, really appreciate that. All you guys that have sent in super chats tonight, it's very much appreciated. You guys don't have to do that, but it's much obliged. So, next time G. Schultz does a live stream, guys, we'll all be there, I'm sure. Let's find out what this 2007 menu number 4, cabbage rolls and tomato sauce. So this is going to be a tomato-based sauce in this. It is possible to have an entree substituted by another. So chances of that are extremely low. I've personally never seen it. I used to have some. I think I might have gave away the last one that I had to Dub C. And if you guys aren't subscribed to G. Schultz channel, go do that. Link in my description. But there was one year, it was 2012 or 13. I can't remember what year it was. But they had this green label that they had printed out. It was sticky, but they ended up stapling it because it wouldn't stay stuck to this paper. That said that the cookies contained in the ration were to be immediately thrown away because they contained salmonella, I do believe. I think it was salmonella. And that's a really interesting piece of ration history, especially for the Canadian IMPs. And I don't think I have one left. I should have saved one for that, but oh well. LC just came in with the ham. I will make ham a very high priority. Yeah, I'll definitely have to try. Dude, I almost called you, and I was like, wait, I can't call him because he's using his phone for the live stream, so that wouldn't work. Okay. LC says, Smokey, message from Molly. She suggests you name the biggest kitten Jolene. Joe, like the song. Was it a girl? Was the biggest one a girl? I don't remember. Hang on, let me look. Stella, stop. Oh. Let me see the big kitty real quick. I think it's this one. Nope. Yep. Yep, it's a little girl. The big one is. Oh, sorry, Gigi. Sorry. Okay. There we go. All right. Yep, I do believe the large one is a female, unless I grabbed the wrong one. I don't think I did. All right, we're going for cabbage rolls. Number 1 of 10. Going to be down in the history books right here. Yeah, it is a cat. What's that? Did you win it? Yep. That's a good cooler. All right. Well, hopefully this is an interesting menu for us to check out. There's a look down inside. Let's pull the boxes first. I never do that. Oh, this is one of the ones that's got the masking tape on it. And those are some thick cabbage rolls. Wrong way, buddy. Wrong way. Wrong way. Yep, go that way. Looks like this was manufactured in 2006, the 172nd day. Wow, so this is a little bit older than we had anticipated. So about probably, well, that's close to this time of the year, actually. Let's see. 2006 to now would be 10, 11, 12, let's see. 16 years? This is 16 years old. Wow. I'm almost exactly ready to hit the 6-year mark from the date that I actually got hurt at work, which was April 30th. Look at how weird. That was just like weirdly ripped open and then taped back down. I wonder if it's still going to be cabbage rolls. Yep, it's cabbage rolls. From Freddy Chef. Huh. Cool. That's an interesting mane. Watching from British Columbia, Canada. Cool, what's up? Good to see you in the chat. What do we got here? Baked chocolate dessert. I've never had this before. Again, halfway through the year, roughly. A little bit less than halfway through the year of 2006. 150 days into the year. Baked chocolate dessert. Huh. I wonder if that's going to be like a British, like pudding. Chocolate pudding. Huh. And we have, let's go to the food items here. Ooh. Instant French onion soup mix. Add the contents of the pouch to a quarter of a canteen cup, 170 milliliters of hot water. Stir, dissolve, wait 2 minutes for it to thicken up, I guess. Distributed by Distol Incorporated. D&D. This is an interesting item as well. To go with the cabbage rolls. French onion soup. Bob was big. Black Dog Bob. I remember him doing a French onion soup, and he was over the moon about that French onion soup, which I don't know that I'm a huge fan of it, but it is a lot of flavor, and it's going to also help hydrate you, and there's calories, and which this is so old that we don't really have any of the calorie counts or anything, which sucks. Ooh, this is nice too. Got us a cappuccino from Nescafe. That's really nice, actually. Best before the end. Before end. So the best buy date is September of 2007, which puts this at being made probably in 2006 as well. Well, right there, probably 6263. That would be about right. 263rd day of 2006. So I like that packaging though. It's really eye-catching. Oh boy. No. Well, I'll tell you what, this is a good test to find out how bad or good these were stored. You got your rich sandwich crackers, made with crackers with real cheese. Which you do have a calorie count on here, which is, where's the calories at? 200 calories in this little package of crackers. Wait a minute, is there only one serving in here? Yep, per one pack. Is it pink?
No, it's red.
It looks pink.
It's red.
What brand is it?
$260.
Jesus. Huh. Look at this. I am extremely stoked to have gotten these. This is something we actually did on Eating History, and I don't even think we had any that, I don't know if the ones we had were this old, or we might have had some from 96. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and watch that. But ooh, these kind of smell funny. Ingredients: sugar, enriched wheat flour, vegetable oil. You see that? So it's coconut, shortening, modified palm. So, and then you got cocoa, cornstarch, glucose, salt, soy lectin, sodium bicarbonate, and artificial flavoring. So, at some point, I can't remember what it was. I think it was like, might have been like right before this. It might have been like 2004, something like that. I can't remember. I can't remember exact dates, but Oreos removed animal fat from their cookies, and they went to this vegetable fat or vegetable oil. Now Oreos are fully kosher and halal. So they spent, was it $20 million per oven, or was it $2 million? I think it was $2 million. They spent $30 million total on 15 ovens. So they 15 ovens to cook Oreos just to start with, and I think they spent like $30 million. I'd have to go back and watch my own segment, or go back and do some more research. Okay, got our classic American style white chiclets gum. Very cool. Ooh, yum. Raspberry jam. I just wish there was more of it. 19.5 grams is just not enough. This is like ketchup packet size, almost. Oh, no way. Yes. Times 2. That's awesome. I thought this was a peanut butter or something. Like, I had no idea. That is awesome. And we have an orange drink, which is kind of solid, actually. Maybe. It feels... not sure. It might just be tightly packed. When I open it, it'll loosen up. We will find out, though. What else we got in here? Oh, looky here. We got us a sachet of Tabasco. We got a thing of salt from Windsor. Where's Windsor out of? The Canadian Salt Company. Is it going to focus? The Canadian Salt Company Limited. Yep. I guess that is the manufacturer. Canadian Salt Company Limited. We got our old classic toothpick. I'm going to just go ahead and stick that up here on my shelf with all the others that I've saved up. Saved up a bunch of toothpicks. Guess if I ever need one, I'll have it. And we have a, wow, classic. This is an American style wet nap as well. These were the same ones that we used for a minute. Made by Sanficon. I don't know how you pronounce that. Sanfacon. Sanfacon? Sanfacon? I don't know. Anyway. Is it made in Canada? It doesn't. It probably does say. Yeah, Canada. Huh. Interesting. What else is in here? We got a whitener. For what? Oh, huh. Look. We got us a sugar. Bro. Go on. Sebastian, go. And we have an instant coffee type 1. Awesome. With a cappuccino. Is that not weird? I know I'm not the only one that thinks that getting an instant coffee and a cappuccino, that's weird. We got a Baskins and Robbins. 31 flavors. What is this? Pralines and cream. That sounds actually pretty good. A little touch of home right there. You know? This, the Oreos, the Ritz crackers. Like, Canadians really, they throw in, which I mean, it's commercial pack stuff, so it's easy to get. But at the same time, like, this is that little taste of home that, guys, it really is a morale booster, you know? We got our Eddie matches here. It's nicely printed Eddie matches there. And they are, some like weird, almost greenish, creamy green, weird color tips. What else in here? What is that? Is that another salt? Okay, we have another. Oh, no, it's pepper. I was like, wait a second. We got a pepper. So we got salt and pepper. And we've got our big old long Canadian spoon, which is, this is a nice one actually. This is way nicer than the last one I got. Look at this. I don't know, you guys probably can't tell, but this one's a lot thicker and a lot more refined on the edges than this one. This one's real sharp, and look how, see how flimsy this one is? Look at this one. A lot stiffer. A lot stiffer. And it's just, I don't know, all the edges and everything are much nicer. This one, I will keep this around for a while. These are great for eating milkshakes and stuff. Because I got a big old cup for milkshakes from, I got it at A&W Root Beer. Long time ago. I've had that cup for probably 20 years. Go on, dude. Why do you keep coming over here? Last thing in the package is this information sheet or survey, which is going to tell us it's just for menu 7. So, no, it's not. It's 2007. I'm sorry. So every menu's on here. Bacon and hash browns, sausage and hash browns, beans and wieners, breakfast sausage links? Really? Huh. Omelet with salsa, baked beans, Hungarian goulash, shepherd's pie, macaroni and cheese. I got to get one of those from Don because he had quite a few of these macaroni with cheese sauces, and I was like, It was a very unpopular menu, it seems like, so I steered clear of it. Zesty turkey and vegetable stew. I'll bet you that's really good. Beef ravioli and tomato sauce. Sweet and sour pork. There's that Navarian. The Szechuan chicken. Chicken breast with gravy. Our cabbage rolls and tomato sauce. Salmon fillet. Natural. Or nature? It says nature. Okay. And lasagna with meat in tomato sauce. And then your fruits, there's all your different fruits. Wow. Peaches, fruit cocktail, pears, pineapple tidbits, mango, peach, applesauce, baked chocolate dessert, which is what we have. Out of all these, that's the best one. Cherries, just cherries? Really? They did a just cherries? Sliced apples, applesauce, blueberries. They did a blueberries too. And strawberry and rhubarb compote. That sounds good too. And then your beverages. kind of cool to just see what all they had. Coffee, tea, hot chocolate, herbal tea, passion fruit, pineapple, orange, pear, mixed fruit, and raspberry. Soups, we have cream of chicken, French onion, and cream of celery. I'd say the cream of chicken and cream of onion, or the French onion's good, but cream of celery, I don't think so. And miscellaneous items, we've got strawberry crunchy cereal, honey almond oatmeal, that sounds good, maple and brown sugar oatmeal, banana oatmeal. I'm so glad they brought that back in 2019. Oriental rice, vegetable rice, mushroom rice, onion flavored mashed potatoes. I bet you those are good. All right, Sebastian, you got to stop. Assorted candies. So they must just grab one candy out of the Baskin-Robbins bag and throw it in there. Then you got your bread. Kind of missing that here. I wish I have nothing. I have nothing to put this on. I just realized that. Nothing. Empty bag. That sucks. I'm going to have to go get a bun or something. Assorted chocolate bars? Really? You see that? There was chocolate bars in these back then? Hopefully I get one of those one of these days. Collectible. Assorted cookies and crackers, which we got the crackers here. Jam, jellies, and marmalades. Condiments, instant dressing mix. Really? Lemon pudding? That's not a condiment. Lemon pudding's not a condiment. Mocha pudding and assorted chewing gums. Interesting. Huh. I dig it. So, what's all this stand for up here, G? Let's find out real quick. Oh, good, fair, or poor. Huh. All right, well, let me go get these cabbage rolls heating up. It's a really hearty meal. It feels pretty heavy. What's the weight on this? Is it going to tell me? It feels heavier than 8 ounces. Am I overlooking it somewhere? I don't know, but just judging by my hand and what I think it is probably 10 ounces or so. All right, I'll be right back, guys. That's the only thing I got to heat up, right? Yes, yeah, okay. And I need to get a bun or something. All right, let's get all the rest of the stuff put out onto a tray. We gotta make some soup and whatnot. Let's see, 83. We'll call it 83. I put it in. I want to get it out at 88 because I do not want a metallic cabbage roll. All right, we got coffee whitener, coffee, sugar, some cookies. We got our cappuccino, nice and fancy. Our crackers, French onion soup, drink mix. We got 2 raspberry jams that have nothing to put it on. I guess they just expect you to get a bread or something later on, and that's, I don't know, man. Like, it's really weird that I have nothing to use the jam on. You guys not think that's weird? I think it's weird. Oh yeah, I forgot about our Canadian issued butt ration here. Canadian military issued butt ration. Or if you want to use it as a paper towel, you can do that as well. This is a slightly different than the new issue, a lot more bumpy. And there is a spot. You guys see that? That's not a good sign right there, y'all. I mean, you guys can see that, right? Put the jam on your on the chocolate dessert. That might work. We'll have to see what that chocolate dessert's like. I don't know. Something leaked, or they put a used napkin into this ration. See, it's here and here. I don't know how well you guys can see it. Let me turn this light off real quick. Maybe you can see it better. Not really, huh? Nope. It doesn't. Yeah, it kind of smells like food. Like savory. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what could have leaked on it though. Maybe this. 'Cause this is going to smell like crazy. And this is a really interesting package too, because it's like shiny and smooth. Versus it would typically be, I would think, in a package like this. I've gotten soups in packages like this from IMPs before, but this one is different. It just is different. All right, well, let's get the drinks going here. Start with this maybe solid orange drink. I don't know if it's going to actually be solid or not. Has anybody seen that new Nicolas Cage movie? I can't remember what the name of it is, but it looked awesome. There's a date code on that. 2006. 223rd day of 06. Yep. She's kind of solid. Let me get a little. I'll try it. Breaks right up. Tastes exactly like an orange sweet tart, man. They all do. Just about all of them. I want to try one of the real fruit juice ones. Dry like that. And I forgot to get water. Cool. Takes 170 milliliters, I do believe. If I'm not mistaken. Nope. 227. Really? Third of a canteen cup. 227. It's about half of this bottle. All right? Yeah. All right, here we go. It looks a lot like Tang. Tang has this like creamy orange color to it, kind of like this does. I'll let that sit. And okay, yeah, I really don't want to have coffee and cappuccino, and I don't really want to mix them either. We'll do the coffee. I'll save the cappuccino for a rainy day. I just don't see the point in having coffee and cappuccino at the same meal. This is a really kind of poorly put together meal, in my personal opinion. I think they could have done better, especially for the bread item and stuff. Not having one. It's a good looking coffee though, freeze dried. Take a look. Oh yeah, it's a good looking, good smelling coffee too. All right. Put our whitener in there. gravy. There we go. Oh, all right, gotta go get the main. Be right back. Okay. All right, got the cabbage rolls out. Yeah, I hope there's some sort of a meat involved in there, not just cabbage. We'll see. These things have not changed. These have stayed the same by Ropack. I mean, this meal was 16 years old. I gotta say, it looks incredibly good for being 16 years old. The only, I guess, scary part or indication of age is there's the stain on this napkin, which is a little concerning. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know what it is, and it doesn't smell like really pungent or anything like that. So I, you know, maybe it's nothing. I mean, it's something. I just don't know what. I do like me some good ham. See, I would rather have turkey than ham. In my life, I'm a white meat kind of guy. Now, if it's got to be a good ham for me to choose ham over, say, turkey or something. It's been about a year since I happened upon a really good ham, and it was for some holiday that we'd had. I ended up not being able to eat this past Easter. I got, sadly enough, I got food poisoning from eating, what did I eat the night before? I can't remember what it was. Oh, I ate KFC, and it had set out for about 24 hours on my stove, and I ate it. And I got up that morning and was having the cold sweats and everything. But one thing I will say is I got over that food poisoning in about 10 hours or so, roughly. And that's not usually, it usually takes people a little longer than that. So maybe my stomach flora has gained me a little bit of, I guess, ground on getting food poisoning. So apocalypse times, I might be able to eat stuff that other people won't. It's about the only time that my skill would come in handy. All right, do I want to keep the French side? No, I'm going to cut the French side. Oh, come on. It's being difficult. It's a very sturdy packaging, I must say, for a French onion soup. Looks perfect, though. Definitely done its job keeping it sealed up nice and tight. Let's put this in a cup as well, I think. Yeah, I think a cup would be the way to eat this. I'm going to use the 5 alarm cup that Bob sent. Right here. This does call for 170 milliliters of hot water. All those little packages in there cut nice and neatly and presentable. It's very displayable still. Alright, 170. Do I need to measure out 170? How much is that? 170. It's like, what, 5 ounces? Yeah, I probably better measure it. Just so I get it right. Gigi, do you need to go out? Oh, no. My measuring cup. Dang it. Freaking Russian jelly. Nope. Oh. No, it's not that. I got a problem. Yep. I sure do. Alright, you guys are going to have to give me just a second. Old Russian jam, apple jam, leaked out on me. Dang it. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to clean up my measuring cup. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's good enough. Alright, come on, cat. Here. Come on, hurry up. Out you go. Gigi, come on. Hurry up. Gigi. Kitty, kitty. Come on. Hurry up. Go, cat. Does anybody else do that? Put bells on their front door so they can hear if their front door opens or anything? We started putting them on for Christmas, and then we're like, that's a good way to know if anybody ever tried to open the door. All right, 170. Got to turn it the other way so I can see. Oops, sorry, guys. And there it is, 170. On the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. No, but I never unlock my door, no doubt. Well, I leave my door unlocked most of the time, except at night. But there's always somebody here, and honestly, never, really, hardly ever without arm's reach of a weapon. So, I hang on. Let me see if we're. It looks like. Hang on a second. I'm gonna have to mess with the plug-in, I guess. That's. How do I find out if it's charging or not? What happened? Oh, the hot sauce? Yeah, I got it right next to me here, so I can go for that. Or I got the Tabasco here. For some reason, I'm not charging, so I've got to get this figured out. Hey, Amber. All right, let me see if... What is... I don't understand what the deal is here. Whew. I think I got it. My goodness. I hope. All right, let me check just to see here. Oh, that didn't work. It is now charging. Good deal. What am I missing here? Oh, my main. What did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Oops. Cabbage rolls. Oh, no way. Gotta wash that too. Let's get the... almost hate to open those Oreos, but... oh well. Ritz crackers. They smell a little weird, but not nowhere near as bad as the last ones that I had. Actually, they don't really smell too far off. I mean, they do smell a little weird. A little bit rancid on the cracker there is what I think I'm smelling. Okay. Well, the only thing left is this and the Oreos, so... Stella, go on. I don't know what you're sniffing about, but go on. I'm asking for it. I'm just going to leave that on there. Look at that. Look at that. Those are just straight up wrapped with cabbage. I thought we were talking about like a breading around the outside and cabbage stuffed in it with meat or something. This is not what I really expected. Oh boy. There we go. That is not the most appetizing looking thing I've ever seen. Brownie, stay down. Go. But it smells good. It smells really good. I did leave it in there just a little bit too long. I can smell the metallic scent coming off of it. It's got a Best Buy date on them. Christie Browning Company. Registered trademark used under license by Christie Browning Company, a division of Kraft Canada Incorporated, Don Mills, Ontario. Huh. I don't see a Best Buy date on them. I'm sure it's 2007 probably, the Best Buy. Well, here we go. 4-pack of Oreos. Try to open these best I can without damaging them. It's not every day that you find Oreos from 2006 laying around. There we go. Oh, yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, so these, oh, look how nice they look. They look fabulous. And they smell like death. Oh yeah, they smell exactly like rancid vegetable oil. That's exact. If you guys have ever had vegetable oil go bad on your counter, that smell, that's exactly. I don't smell any chocolate. I don't smell any cream. I don't smell any Oreo smell. The only thing I smell is rancid vegetable oil. That's it. Nothing else. So I'm going to start with the cabbage rolls because I'm the kind of guy that always starts with the main. Actually, I'm going to start with the soup because that's what you're supposed to do. Start with the soup. So, French onion soup. I think it's supposed to have little croutons in it, but my water was so hot I think it dissolved them. So, all right. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Down the hatch. Wow. It's really potent, actually. It's very oniony. It doesn't taste very French. I mean, I just taste a lot of onion. It is very rich, though. I must say the flavors are very savory, almost kind of a beef flavor to it as well. I think it's just my mind associates this flavor with like a beef bouillon, the beef and onion or something, but it tastes like it's got a beef base to it. Salty, no sweetness to it, which is nice, and savory and oniony. So this appears to have quite a bit of oil in it as well. You can see it standing there, which I hope is from some meat stuffed up in here. And we'll go for this end right here. Look at that. So there is a bunch of meat stuffed up in there. Oh, that old cabbage ain't wanting to cut. Oh, it's being weird. It reminds me of spinach. All right, here we go. Cabbage roll down the hatch. Pretty bland, actually. If I'd have known, adding some of this would have been really good. The powder, like just over top of it. I don't think this is going to help much, but the meat itself reminds me a lot of like meatloaf meat. There's the meat. It's got some sort of, I don't know what that white stuff is in there. Let me try it. I'm going to try just the stuffing. I wish I wouldn't have left it in there so long. Honestly, 4 minutes would have been plenty. Just got to heat it up. The stuffing is really, I don't know. It's really hard to put my finger on. I mean, it just tastes like the liquid, which has got a heavy tomato flavor to it. It's got a slight sweetness to it. I don't know what that white stuff is in there. We'll try the pepper and see if that helps. May as well add a little salt while I'm at it, just because. It definitely doesn't need the salt. This is a salty dish in itself. But when in Rome, the cabbage itself has virtually no flavor left to it. It's just sat in this package for so long. And it's really hard to cut with the spoon. Alright, give it a try. Maybe a slight improvement there. The cabbage has definitely got a slimy chew to it. Pretty much exactly like what you would expect. And I want to eat it, but it just doesn't want to come up on the spoon. All right. I'm going to go for a little Tabasco. See what this does to it. I don't know that Tabasco will jive with these flavors, but I'm going to find out. Oops. Wow. It was ready to come out of there. I mean, it doesn't taste bad. It's just not it's not bursting with flavor or anything, I would have to say. The cabbage is really a pain in the butt trying to get on the spoon. All right, there we go. Oh. I just bit something hard in that. I don't know what that was. I hope I didn't crack my tooth. It's like, there's almost like roast beef in there. That feels really weird. Hang on a second. I'll be right back. I don't know what that was. That should have been super soft, which is what I was expecting, but there was something really hard in there. I think it cracked my teeth. Jesus. Just gonna keep going here. Anyway, the meat's really weird. Like, as you can see. Wait, I don't know. That might... Nope, that's definitely meat of some kind. It's an interesting dish, I guess. Basically like meatloaf wrapped in cabbage, more or less, in a very runny tomato base type sauce. I think the Tabasco does all right on it. Get on there. There we go. I'll bet this was a lot better 15, 16 years ago. But it's not bad now. I mean, I just ate an entire cabbage roll right now. This is one that I feel like probably wouldn't be horrible cold, which is very rare. A lot of times, a lot of these menus would just be horrid trying to eat them cold. But this one, I feel like this one wouldn't be too bad. I don't know that for sure. Obviously, I haven't done it. But the French onion soup. It's very nice. Very savory. It's got a lot more flavor than the cabbage rolls. Not bad at all. Alright, I better cleanse the old palate here. We'll go with the, which I didn't mix this up. I think it mixed up fine, though. I don't see any solids on the bottom there. Well, maybe I do. Gonna need a different spoon for that. Let's get the Australian out. I'm sure I got this one from Dan. So, my buddy Dan, our cyanide cookies. Oh yeah, there was a lot of stuff sitting in the bottom. Yeah, kimchi and sauerkraut are not in the same. I would never think of them being similar, honestly. The only reason it crossed my mind is because I just read it in the chat. Kimchi definitely does, and it's a different flavor. And also, I've never ate kimchi hot that I can recall or cooked. It's always been room temperature. Excuse me, room temperature or cold. Smeat or S-meat. Okay. S-meat Urban Dictionary. Alright, let me just give it. Oh. Alright, I'm looking it up. S-meat. Spreadable meat. Smeat and crackers. A low-grade fatty processed meat comparable to Spam. That sounds like pate to me. Is what that sounds like. Okay. Moving on to the Ritz cheese crackers. I have had these before that were not as old as these, and they were horrible. These do not hold up, typically ever. And I would say they go bad. In most cases, they go bad within the first 5 years or so, maybe 6 or 7. But we're talking 16 on these ones. And, I mean, they look okay. They don't look too bad. They don't look like the oils have started to separate and, you know, make them look greasy or anything like that. So, I don't know how well this one's going to go. But like I said, this is one that would typically not be any good. I'm going to eat the end without the cheese sticking out. So, I think that's fine. It's lost some flavor, but salty, crunchy, barely cheesy. No burning sensations. I mean, maybe a slight taste of old, like just a little bit of aged flavor there. It's weird because these should have been no good, for sure. I try to knock the crumbs into my mouth, but they always end up in my beard. But I don't usually use my lips to, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. These are fully edible. There's nothing wrong with these, other than they've just kind of lost some flavor. A lot of times, old, when I refer to something tasting old, and I know it's hard to really understand if you haven't experienced it, but it tastes the way old books smell. Old, like really old cardboard that's been in a basement. Because a basement, typically a little bit moist, not wet, but you know, the air is just a little more thick than it is up where there's sunlight kind of cooking everything out of the air. So, a lot of times I pick up that flavor in food. And it is a flavor because it just goes through your nasal passages, and your olfactory glands kind of infuse it into a flavor. And that's the best way I know how to describe that particular flavor to you guys, because it doesn't equate to anything else that everybody would know. Like, everybody like, oh yeah, I know that smell. Most people know that smell. Most people know what an old book smells like. And this is very close to what that is, except it's in a flavor. It's something you eat. And what that typically is the very beginning of something going bad, the rancidity just setting in, just starting to really make the food item, really start to turn into something that's not food anymore. Um, these crackers are very surprising to me, though. They should have been no good, and they're actually not bad. It's actually really good with the French onion soup. I'm going to have me a bite of a Ritz cheese cracker with some French onion soup. I can't believe these are any good, though. Seriously. Now that's an appetizer. Crackers with the French onion soup. That feels like I'm eating something. It's substantial. Yeah, that's not bad. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to wash that down with the orange. I didn't even describe the orange. It's very similar in that artificial flavoring that you get with. This is a very Tang-like drink. Not really anything natural about that orange flavor at all. It doesn't mean that it's not good, though. I'm definitely accustomed to it. It does kind of give more of like a tropical and pineapple type flavoring with it than it does like a strong orange flavor. That's how I would describe that orange. Next up, our good old... Wait, these aren't Nabisco? Christie? What the heck? What? Oreos aren't Nabisco, huh? I did read that on the back, that the trademark is under Christie Brown and Company. Confused. Oh, look, there's a date right here. Best Buy, looks like March 27th, 07. Huh. Yeah, I want to try to save this packaging the best I can. That should seal back up pretty well. And display well. Alright. Well, I got these perfect looking, excuse me, Oreo cookies. Had a little bit of Ritz cracker stuck to that one. But that, very shiny in the print in the background. Now, there are differences a lot. Most of the time, most items, whether it be combos or Doritos or mac and cheese, big time, there a lot of times is a difference between the Canadian version and the American version. Most of the time, the Canadian version is going to be more healthy, if you want to call it that, or not as bad for you as the American version. But with the Oreo, it's weird. I don't understand not being Nabisco. I need to look into that. I don't know any of the story behind Oreo in Canada and why they're not made by Nabisco. Anyway, so I just imagine these. Look at that cream. It doesn't even look natural. It looks like plastic. Right here. Look, see how it's shiny? I guess that's the oil separation. Oh, it just stinks. Alright, I'm going to break it. Well, it's got a nice crunch to it still. It just does not smell good. And it is very shiny. So, alright, here we go. Give it a try. Yep. So those are extremely strange. They're bad for sure. The oils are not the most rancid thing I've ever had, but these are still sweet and crunchy, but almost flavorless. Again, it's right on the verge. It's right on that line of, you could still eat this for sure. I'm going to eat it. But it doesn't taste like chocolate anymore. It doesn't taste like an Oreo at all. I mean, it resembles Oreo in no way, shape, or form inside my mouth. If someone blindfolded me and gave me this, I'd never guess it was an Oreo. I would guess a cream cookie, a cream-filled cookie, like a super cheap knockoff, and still those would probably even taste better. But I immediately pick up on that rancid oil flavor. But it's there more in the smell than it is the taste. And I know that might sound a little strange, but oh yeah. And the rancid oil flavor kind of reminds you of walking into a freshly painted room. Okay? A room that someone just painted is going to smell the same way that this rancid oil on this Oreo smells. Very similar. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I smell. It's like a freshly painted room. It's interesting. I guess it's time for some coffee to wash down that Oreo. Nice. Very smooth coffee. Not a whole lot of tannins going on there. No bitterness to it. None of that like dry mouth feel that you get when you have a coffee that's heavy in tannins or a tea that's heavy in tannins. Just nice, smooth, creamy coffee. Try to knock all the crumbs off, and into the coffee it goes. Let's see what it does and what it do. All right. I'll absorb that really quick. Yeah, no. That is most certainly not the way to eat those. Made them worse. It just turned into a mushy, and it brought flavors out that weren't there before. I didn't like that. Not even a little bit. So this is, I would say, judging by the list that we looked at, this is by far the best dessert that you can get in 2007. The baked chocolate dessert. I'm excited to see what this looks like, and also excited to see if it's held up and what it tastes like if it did. Looks like the bottom's going to be easier to open. So I am having a little bit of a after effect going on inside my mouth from the Oreos. Nothing major. It's very, very mild. The kind of symptoms, I guess, that I'm having in my mouth. However you want to call them. So I can't tell if this has got liquid around it. I think it does have liquid around it. Baked chocolate dessert. Must be in some sort of like, I'll bet you this is like the British pudding. I don't know. This probably would have been better heated up. I probably should have heated it up. I didn't really think about it. Oh yeah, there's chocolate stuff in there. It's not wanting to rip here. It is a mess. I can't put the knife up. It's got chocolate stuff all over it. Oh, wow. Look at that. Interesting thing in there. Brownie looking thing. Alright. Well, may as well just put it here. It's already all over the place anyway. It's not wanting to come out of there. I'm going to have to help it. There we go. It feels like there's like nuts in there. You see it? There's nuts in this sauce. If you let your oil get to looking this dark, you're probably letting your oil get way too old or way too many miles on it before you change it. That is some really extremely dark stuff here. There's a bunch of solids down in the bottom I'm not going to be able to squeeze out. The only way I'd be able to get them out maybe was be with a spoon, but it'd be a messy adventure trying to get that out of there. So this is most certainly an interesting dessert. I have never seen this one. I've never had this one. And I don't know that it's going to have held up or be any good or whatever. Let's use an old MCI spoon. And I don't know, should I try the sauce first? It's got like this weird film on top of the sauce after it sits there for just a second. This almost looks like the chocolate sauce that you make chocolate milk with. Really, it does. And that's what it is. Huh. That is like Hershey's chocolate syrup. That is awesome. Alright, let's scrape some sauce away so I can try to get a dry look at the cake. Or chocolate dessert. Yeah, it tastes exactly like Hershey's chocolate syrup, and it's perfect. It does not taste old. And this does look a lot like a British chocolate pudding, except this has got way better sauce with it. That stuff that they give you with the pudding, the British pudding, is always really gelatinous, and I'm not a fan. I almost said I hate it. I don't like it. Look at that. Very moist looking, brownie looking. It just looks very dense. I'll give it a try. Okay. That's kind of what I figured. Hey, is Ethan here? My son would love this. My oldest son would really love it. This tastes exactly like a cosmic brownie. 100%, that's exactly what this is. A little bit thicker than what a cosmic brownie would be. Not quite two stacked on top of each other, but I'd say like 1.5, 1 3/4 of a cosmic brownie thick. But the chocolate sauce is amazing. I just bit into something extremely crunchy. The heck was that? Look at this. What is that? I just dropped it and I heard it hit the table. I don't know where it went, but it almost looked like a great big huge sugar crystal or something. I don't know where it went. I don't know. Well, it doesn't matter. I'll probably find another one. I'm not feeling any in there. That's weird. But the chocolate sauce, man, holy cow. I'll bet if you just added this chocolate sauce to water, you could make yourself some chocolate milk. I mean, it is stellar stuff. Not the most appetizing to look at, but as far as the flavor goes, it is awesome. Some's going in this coffee, I can tell you that. Yep, yep. It's not wanting to come off the spoon because the coffee is not quite hot anymore. It's warm, but it ain't hot. Oh, it's coming off now. Well, I gotta say, I'm definitely a huge fan of the chocolate dessert versus fruit. Yeah, give me the chocolate dessert every time. I'll bet you guys went crazy for this out in the field. I'll bet this was just as good as a $100 bill out in the field because it's probably a rare dessert. If I was to guess, it's probably only in like maybe 2 or 3 menus, if that. And they probably had, I don't know how many menus they had back in probably 24, 26 menus maybe. Something like that. Maybe more. Maybe less. Maybe 30. It certainly increased the coffee. No more than I put in there. Actually did flavor the coffee. I can't keep going back after a little spoonful here and there. I like to pick at stuff like this, though, like little bites. I like to have a little bite here and there. And this is like perfect for the way I'd like to eat. I wouldn't want to have to scarf down this whole thing in the field and just hurry up and eat it. It's so rich. I mean, it's not so rich, though, that it... I've had other things that were way worse than this. The brownie's kind of bready in the middle. I mean, it's dense, but it's not hard. If that makes sense. It's kind of heavy. Zoom in. I don't imagine the jam will be very good with this, but okay, if you say so. I got a spare jam to spare anyway. Alright. It's very messy. That is one thing that I can say for sure. Chocolate on the back of the spoon, on the front of the spoon. Alright, let's see here. Alright, got a bite. And some really dark raspberry jam on there. Alright, here we go. Gotta shove it in my mouth before now. There. You can't even tell that the raspberry jam's on there because what's underneath it's so dark, but it's right there on the top. Let's see. I can barely taste the jam. I feel like this cancels out that flavor or something. That's what it seems like. Ooh. Let's have a rancid. I'm good. I don't need to eat another rancid cookie. No point in it. I dig it. This has been one fun ration, I gotta say. Especially the dessert, man. Holy cow. But the whole thing has held up to be fully edible. I could eat every single item on that tray. I did not think that that was going to be the case. I when I saw the Ritz crackers, that my first thought was, no way, no way those will be edible. I've had Ritz crackers that were almost 10 years younger than that, probably even less. I've had Ritz crackers go bad in 6 years, and they were bad, and they were like, no way you'd eat them, no way. What do really what? Oh, habanero and chocolate, I'll bet. Hey, what's going on, Ration Museum? Hot pepper chocolate bars. Yeah, I have a couple hot pepper chocolate bars back here. One came from Australia. I got one that I bought. I've got the world's hottest chocolate bar, which is actually a really, really, really hot chocolate bar. I bought it from, what's the name of that company? Something 19. I can't remember what it was. Talking all this about Dan, I'm going to have a cigarette from Dan right now. An Australian expensive smoke. Let's see, I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I got 13 left. So, 12 now. $2 a piece. $40 pack of cigarettes. $2 per cigarette. Crazy. Hey, what's going on, History Savior? Sorry I missed it. Good evening, everybody. And Smokey, you're awesome, dude. Much love, as always. Well, thank you for the super chat, man. And this has been an awesome ration. Showed off the little kittens as well. They're extremely cute, and I hate it. I hate it. I don't like having kittens because my heart grows a little bit every time, and I got a big heart, and they just kind of want to stay in there, and I can't. They got to go. So I've been keeping myself distant from them. I have not handled them. I've not held them. I've not looked at them. But there are a couple runts in there I'm going to have to feed them. So they're just too skinny. Just had an amazing dessert, History Savior. You got to back it up and look at this chocolate dessert that came out of this 2007 Canadian IMP. It's kind of a mix between an American cosmic brownie, a British pudding dessert, and Hershey's chocolate syrup. Like it's something. It's something else. It's like cake with chocolate syrup, but just to come out of a ration, it's something else, right? I don't know, you might even be impressed with this out of a restaurant. If this was warm, which now I'm thinking about it, I might do this. If this was warm, if I put it in this little bowl after I clean it, warm it up for about 30, 40 seconds, and put me a big old scoop of vanilla ice cream on top of there, I mean, it's going to be so good. It's going to be like something that you have at Dairy Queen. It's like a hot fudge brownie sundae or something like that. That's what that's like, except it's not heated up. Yeah. Smokey still got an entire case of old IMPs. Oh yeah, I'll bet you I don't have another one of these desserts in there though. You know what I mean? I want to light this with a match. I don't know why. I just think they taste better with a match. Yeah, I'm going to buy some more of these so we got more ammo for the live streams. And if I can get another one of this menu, I'll buy this menu just to have that dessert again. Just to be able to share the dessert with my kids. I want my kids to be able to try it. I'd like for my oldest son would love that, because he loved cosmic brownies all growing up. Like that was his favorite thing. And which I think he burned himself out on them, kind of, and I think he kind of stopped eating them. But he would love that. He would. I think he'd really like it. Got to bring the pain. If you know, you know. Um, I might be able to. I might be able to like meet some people halfway if you guys are serious. If there's anybody that really wants to have one of these kittens, like I might be willing to make a super long drive to deliver, like to meet halfway or something like that. Because I, of course, them going to somebody that I know would have them would be best and would take care of them, versus them going to these. They go to this one place in Maryland, and then they have foster homes, and the people that do this are really dedicated to what they do, and they're also very dedicated to finding homes, and they have this great website that so many people visit, and that's how they're able to really adopt out so many, is because that's where, like, if you Google this place on the East Coast, like, this is where you're going to get sent to. So, and then they also have people that travel from states away that pick them up and then take them and drop them off, and it's a whole network of people. So it's a good thing that they've got going on. I agree with what they do. There's no kills. There's no nothing like that, which I would never. I would never be able to do that. But I would also like for my neighbors to come over here and deal with these things, because I like these cats really aren't even like people dump these cats here, and then they just expect that I'll take care of them. I guess because I will, because I can't kill them, and I can't take them to the shelter because they kill them, and I can't do that. I just can't bring myself to do it. Seemed like the only flavor I can find locally is the oatmeal cream pie ice cream. Oatmeal cream pie ice cream. What are we talking about? Have you guys tried the Little Debbie's ice cream? I have not. They have a cosmic brownie ice cream. They're awesome, and a honey bun. Almost put me in a cup. I've never even seen it. Does Little Debbie make the ice cream, or are they paired up with like Blue Bunny or something like that? I haven't looked in the ice cream aisle in a long time. Typically, I shop at Walmart. Unfortunately, I don't even like to admit that because it's Walmart. Um, the ice cream that I typically buy, though, is on the very end of the freezer. It's a Walmart brand. It's $2. Why? Not because it's the cheapest, because in my personal opinion, it's the best. It's actually the best ice cream. I don't like super smooth ice cream. I like for my ice cream to, I don't know, man, to be like more like a homemade ice cream, I guess. Just released like last month. Yeah, I've never seen it. I've never seen it, never heard of it, never seen a commercial for it. You'd think they'd advertise something like that, but I guess not. Maybe they don't need to. Maybe it's so good it'll speak for itself. Can't eat oatmeal, nuts, salad, raw veggies, or anything with grease or seeds. Got a stomach issue. That sounds like what is that called? Crohn's disease. Isn't that what it is? I think that's similar because a buddy of mine, the one that used to come and help me all the time in the very beginning when I first started this channel, he used to come and help me film and stuff. His wife has it, and she's had all kinds of issues. She's had most of her stomach removed and her intestines, and it's just been diverticulitis. When Bob did the mystery AFRs, he put them in those. Smokey, would you fly one out? Molly wants to take Jolene home. Wait. No, you're in Canada, aren't you? I don't know. That might be tough. I can't say one way or the other. I would like to make a trip to Canada to see CT and Smitty and B Temple. If I could get all the Canadians to come together somewhere in Canada and meet up with everybody up there, I'd love to do that. Spend a day or two up there, or bring them here. I hope that the way I have it in my head, hopefully I can work things out to set things up to be able to do stuff like that. Bring people here. That would be awesome. Yeah, dude, I hate to hear that though, man, because I don't know what you're going to be able to eat without being able to eat all that stuff. It's not at the Walmart 2 minutes from you. You got to go across town. I hear you, Daniel. We've only got one Walmart. The other Walmart is the closest ones, other than the one that is, I'm going to call it 6 to 7 minutes down the road from where I live, which is in Mason, West Virginia. Um, the other closest one I would say would be Ripley, and you could probably be there in 27 minutes. And then the other one, which I'd say is probably equal distance and time, roughly, it's going to be very close, is the one in Gallipolis, Ohio, which they're kind of, it's like a 30-minute separation in between each one. I don't live in any, or even near any cities. Heck, the closest thing that I would call a city to me would be Charleston, West Virginia. In my opinion, it's really the only city that we have in West Virginia that's an actual city. And it's, in my personal opinion, is barely, and I do mean barely, a city. Like Huntington, it's not a city, really. I don't think it's a city. Although there's a lot of population that's spread out flat. All the buildings are small. Like, I'd say the biggest building is probably the hospital or something like that. Maybe a college building might be a little taller. All they're twin towers. They are college related, I do believe. They're probably 10, 12 stories maybe. Then you go to Charleston, and you're probably going to see maybe 30 stories, maybe. They might be 30 floors high, roughly. See, Morgantown, I wouldn't really consider that a city, man. That's more, I guess it kind of is, because if we're going strictly on population and the way cities are broke down, yes, it's a city. But it's not really a city. It's more like a big town, is what it, more or less, like a big town. I live in a small, call it tiny town. I live in a tiny town. There are small towns, medium-sized towns, and then big towns, and then you get cities. So that's kind of the West Virginia way to break it down, I guess. Kind of a personal, the way a lot of us look at that I grew up with around here. I've almost forgot to enjoy this a little bit. It's kind of light. I don't know why. Wasilla? No sales tax. Oh. We did away with food sales tax in West Virginia about within the past 5 to 10 years. I can't remember when it happened, but I do remember it happening, because we always had standard sales tax for everything. Every item charged tax, which in West Virginia is 6%, 6.9. So it's really 7. And like in Ohio, it's 7.9, but they call it 7, which is, I know, doesn't make sense. Call it 8 because it's 8. Call it 7 here. We pay taxes on stuff in West Virginia, and we do things in West Virginia I feel like are ridiculous. Okay, one that I just found out about recently within the past couple of weeks is they charge you an extra $300 per year for your registration on your vehicle if you have an electric vehicle. Their reasoning for this is because they say you're not paying sales tax on gasoline like everybody else. No, but you are paying tax on that coal electricity that you're burning and using to recharge your vehicle. It kind of defeats the whole purpose of buying, no, not the whole purpose, but almost defeats the purpose of buying an electric vehicle. Because after you factor in what it costs you electric to recharge your vehicle all the time, plus the extra $300 they're charging you, you're not saving a whole lot. per year by having an electric vehicle. I mean, 300 with the price of gas the way it is now. I mean, it probably wouldn't take long to really make that up. But um, yeah, everything is jacked ridiculous right now. Uh, but they've been doing that since 2018 or 17. And also, if you own a hybrid, they charge you an extra $150 on top of the regular yearly registration fee. You have to have a yearly inspection done on your vehicle, which I think they charge. It's like for just a regular car. I think it's like it went up. It's in between 15 and $20 yearly inspection, registration, and you also have to pay taxes on your vehicle every year. You have to pay taxes on your property every year, but you also are supposed to pay taxes on every tree that you own, every animal, dog, cat that you own, bird, whatever. You're supposed to pay taxes on it. Look it up. It's ridiculous. West Virginia basically wants to tax you on every single thing they possibly can, and it's not even like you're getting taxed multiple times. If you start thinking about it, you make your money on your paycheck, you get taxed. You go to spend that money, you buy things, you get taxed. You buy a house, whatever, then you're paying taxes again. That's the third time you're getting taxed on the same money. The same money that you made on your paycheck. That's the third time you're getting taxed on it. Then on the property, I mean, you have it for 50 years, you just got taxed 50 times for that. It's crazy. Hot sauce on the dessert. I can do that. Give me a second to dig it out here. What the heck? The hot sauce was in there. What did I do with it? Am I missing it somewhere? I thought it was in there. Oh, here it is. We haven't opened the HDR. We were supposed to open an HDR every week. I forgot about it until just now. I saw one in that box that LC sent. There it is. The Heartbeat hot sauce. This is a habanero, red habanero sauce. Small batch fermenters. Small batch fermenters. Heartbeat hot sauce. Thunder Bay, Ontario. Okay. I'll do that here in just a second. I'll flip it around. What are you doing, GG? Need to go out? GG. GG. Hey, you need to go outside? Nope. So when this cat first showed up, first as a stray, because she was a stray as well, but she went over there to stay, like as her home. But first time I saw her, she was matted, really bad, especially her stomach area and stuff, and her tail. Her tail, where she's a long-haired cat, she was just a matted mess of fur. And I cut all kinds of fur off of her the first time I saw her. Got her all cleaned up. Poor cat. Alright, let's do this. My old lady picked me up one of these today too. This is the actual, this should be food items. Many brands, I'm pretty sure it's food. don't know. We'll check it out. Flip the camera around. Yeah, I'm a fan. Last week I opened up a Disney one, which I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I don't support the whole Disney thing, what they've been doing. So for me to have done that, like, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not a fan of what's going on with them now. So, all right. Get us a bite of chocolate dessert here, cake. This is getting heated up with ice cream after we get done. I'm going to eat this whole. I'm going to eat that cabbage roll too. It's going to need to be. I'm going to try it cold. We'll see. I don't know. Wait, I thought I had it open. I guess I don't. Two dots should be enough, right? I don't know. I can't remember how hot this is. Probably not very hot. That should be enough to get the flavor going on. It's ready to drip. There it went. All right, here we go. Down the hatch. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It tastes like a spicy chocolate bar. That's what it tastes like. I didn't pick up a whole lot of the flavor, thank goodness, because I just licked the top there. Which it's not a really strong flavor, hot sauce. And it's got a decent little amount of heat. So, yeah, that's not bad at all. If you was wanting to spice things up, I would never add the Tabasco to it. Too much vinegar here. This is not very vinegary. But that's all that is pretty much. Tabasco, pepper, vinegar. Here, come here, Gigi. Come here. Come on. Get outside. There you go. All right. We'll wash it down with the old coffee here. I'm going to save this Oreo package. I'm going to put this Oreo back in it too. Need to get I'll have to find another Oreo to put in the package so it'll fill out properly. But it's cool. And it's not Nabisco. I got to look up what's going on with that, because that's an interesting history, I'm sure. I just didn't know it until just now. Nope, it's not going to sit there. Maybe it'll sit over here. All right. I was looking to try to slide this back and get some room down here. Oh, I forgot about the pralines and cream candy. An old Baskin and Robbins ice cream. I'm a big pecan fan. Anyway, oh, that's cool. It's got a little 31 on it. It smells good. It smells exactly like what you'd think, kind of a sweet caramel praline flavor or smell. Kind of reminds me of that Oldsmokey moonshine that I had that one time. It was like, it's almost got like a coffee flavor to it. I need to clean my knife here somehow. Lick it off, I guess. Metal. Yum. It's hard to tell what what I've had on that knife. So much stuff, I'm sure. Let's see what's in this. All the little kitties are meowing. One of them is. Mommy's outside. It's not going to rip up like a zipper, like it says. Oh, whoa. Gray stuff's coming off. What the heck? Oh, little one. Well, this is becoming a little bit difficult, to be honest. What the heck? Good Lord, what the heck? I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be like this. I'm gonna have to get Mommy to come back in. Yeah, this is being difficult. Strange. Alright, I gotta go get Mommy. Come on, Gigi. Gigi. Gigi, your babies are crying. Come on. Kitty, 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 kitty. Gigi. Gigi. Nope. She must not be ready to come back yet. Alright, I got all the silver crap off. Made a mess. I don't know where to put it. Alright. This is the one we pop off here. And we got 5 little sections, 2 big and smaller ones. There we go. Alright, well, I think you're supposed to go for that one first because it's, whatever. There's rare ones and common ones, and mostly you get common, I'm sure. I've never really went through these. Dose & Company? Never seen this before. What is this? Pure collagen. Unflavored collagen peptides. So I guess you mix this in a drink? Yeah. 38 calories. Huh. Okay. Does that open? Nope. I'm sure you could get it to open, right? Maybe. Anyway. One down. Go with the one with this thing on it. Oh, it's got the list in it. Oh, it's a Baby Bell. Look at that. Baby Bell cheese. That's cool. That looks just like a little Baby Bell. And here's the list of an ungodly amount of these things. Jesus. I mean, there's everything. Hot tamales, drumstick, sweet shop, almond something or other. Oh, it's diamond. Or blue diamond, sorry. Blue diamond, almond, breeze. Oh, okay, almond breeze. And then there's just the almonds. Look, there's a hot sauce. Animal crackers. Sweet or just golden crisp. Cool. All right, let's see what else is in here. Excuse me. The baby bell one's cool. What do we got here? Philadelphia cheese, the original cream cheese. Little tiny food. No artificial preservatives, flavors, or dyes. We got 2 more to go. Oh, no way. Cool. Barnum's Animal Crackers. Nice. I know this is a really common one, but I like it. It's got the little handle on top. That's cool. Because that's one that's been around for all of our lives, pretty much. I think those things have been around since a long time. Can't remember. I think I read up some history on these one time, and it's very, very long. Servings, 130 calories and 260 calories. 2 servings per container, so this is a 2-serving container. It'd be 260 in the whole thing. I've got one more big one left to open up. Oh, it's the display shelf. Whoa. It's like a bunch of decals and stickers and stuff. That's for the top rack. I have no idea how this thing goes together. There's a bunch of parts to it. Holy crap. Oh, this is the instructions. Okay. Cool. It's got instructions. Okay. Looks like step 1. We take one of these. And where's the other one at? I guess that. And then we take a shelf like, or this is the only shelf. This must be the bottom. And it goes to the back like this. Wait, no, like this. Wait a second. This can't be right. Oh, wait, it goes like this. Oh, here we go. All right. Can I build a kid's puzzle? I do not know. That is not wanting to snap together properly, I can tell you that. The first one snapped together great. This one, not so much. Huh. It's on there, but it's just wobbly. Next, we got a front that goes on there, so this will help hold it together. All right, cool. And we got a back. Looks like this, with this going into this slot, looks like. Huh. Looks like it goes like this. And that's supposed to go like that. Next, we got to build a box. So this is not a shelf so much as a cash register. I think it's a cash register. Now we got to build a box, and the handles go on the outside of the box, and these are the fronts. Oops. Just dropped it. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I think it goes like this. Let me think here. The little clips on the top. And it goes like that. And the notch right there. Okay. There's that one. And I guess this one goes like this. Same thing over here. Maybe. Can't get it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. Oh, wait. Oh, I am. No, that was right. I don't know what I'm doing here. If I'm doing this wrong or what. There. There. Now, this goes... I guess it just goes on there like that. That's a really crappy cash register, I must say. Took me a minute to build it, though. I guess that's kind of cool. Gotta get this just right. It's not just right. It's close enough, though. It's just a crappy little toy. And then, see the scale, I've noticed. They do shelving as well, which is what I thought this was. I definitely didn't get that right. Crooked. But the shelving, you can only put two things. Oh, man. Two things on. And this. See, the scale's all off. It's all wrong. Philadelphia cream cheese is way too big. Huh. Anyway, love the little food items, though. I made a huge mess with them. Let's see what else they got on here. So they got glow-in-the-dark flavor ice. Those are cool. Mike and Ike. Royal... I don't know what that is. Some kind of cake or something. The cutie pies. And the Blue Diamond almond stuff. Almond breeze or something like that. They got gold ones, Hershey syrups, chocolate and strawberry. Icebreakers. Got the little gold icy sweet tarts. And guacamole. Holy guacamole. And they got metallic ones, which are strawberry syrup, wheat thins, apple pie spice from McCormick. Is that ice cream? Royal? I guess that's ice cream. Something. Hershey's cookies and cream bar and Crystal Light. And then you get into the common ones. You got Hershey's, Mr. Goodbar, Reese's, Bubble Yum, Jolly Rancher, York. And you got your regular Hershey syrups, Icebreakers, Icy, Teddy Grahams, Wheat Thins, Honey Maid, all kinds of stuff. I don't know what these ones highlighted in pink are. That means that they're rare or something. There's probably some sort of key on here that tells you why. See how like some of them are highlighted in pink? That one. The grape nuts, the drumstick, the honey maid. Those three are highlighted in pink. Over here we got a Pez dispenser, like a SpongeBob. I don't know what that is. Mentos. Yeah, they're all pink. And oh, here we go. Collector's case exclusives. Okay. Purple is super rare. And that's rare. And then there's some with blue stars. 24-pack exclusive. Mini Mart exclusive is the green ones. So that's the Reese's Pieces is a Mini Mart exclusive. That icebreaker. Huh. So there's some definite stuff to get into collecting on this. Here's the stuff. Oh, there's that. Number 102 is the one we got, I think. Yeah. Huh. Wow. That's the very last one in the collector series, I guess. But there's little paper bags and little shopping cart things. Pull behind in a shove cart. And then down here you got the cash register thing. Self-checkout thing. A sign. And then you got the 3-tier shelf. Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is actually. Oh, is that a sales shelf? I don't know. But I know you can't get 2 items on the freaking thing. Unless, well, I mean, the crackers barely fit in there. You can put maybe the Philadelphia cream cheese behind it. Like that. I don't know. Goofy stuff. I know. So, as I said, the kittens, as of today, about the time we started was about the last time, around when the last one was born 10 days ago. If somebody's really interested in them, like if you're serious and you would want to meet me or something like that, I would love to place these kittens into a home to people that may love them. I told K-Man, I didn't even know these would ever, but I told him, I was like, if we ever have kittens again, it's like I might even meet you somewhere or something. And he lives a long ways away. It'd be, I think it would be like a 7-hour drive for both of us to meet in the middle, something like that. But K-Man's a cat man. I mean, I think his wife is more, she likes cats. And I like all animals. I don't discriminate. I used to have birds. I miss my birds, kind of. Yeah, I do. Been thinking about him a lot lately for some reason. Romeo. I had Romeo for years that I had this channel, and a lot of people knew that bird and might even known Daisy as well. Daisy was a cockatiel, and he was a parrot. But I think, passed away from old age. I think he was pretty old. He just kind of looked old and kind of started acting old, and he was really temperamental. But the people at the pet store that had him, whoever split him up from his lifelong mate, which was Juliet. His name was Romeo, and he had a lifelong mate named Juliet. And for some reason, those idiots at that pet store let them be split up. He was by himself when I found him. And I think he didn't know yet that they had taken his mate. And after I got him home and he realized that she wasn't coming back, like, he was a bitter bird. And he stayed that way. He bit me multiple times. And whenever I initially got him and he was in the store, he was super upbeat and he was talking and he was doing all this stuff, which I didn't really. It's not that I cared about that. It's just that he was mean. God, he was so mean, and only to me. He was super mean to me. Like when he would bite me, he would bite me as hard as he could. He would draw blood, but he would bite. Like he just, you could tell, either males, men, had done him wrong, or he just, I was the one that he took it out on. I don't know, but he took it out on me. I'll tell you, he took it out on me for years. For years, I had him for probably 8 years, something like that. Long time. Tried to get him a mate, that didn't work out. Um, just and then he got kind of sick one time, and I nursed him back to health, and then he got sick again, and he wasn't like super sick, it didn't seem like, but he died the next day. So yeah, that sucked. Speaking of I guess males and female mates, have you guys seen anything about the Johnny Depp thing? I'm sure a lot of you have, because it's been all over the place. Tanya says, I used to have a bird that would love on me as long as someone else was in the room. See, yeah. So Romeo really liked females, and he would fly over to a female in here in the room, and I would let him fly. Like I didn't think it was right to take flight away from a bird, but then again, I had him in a house too, which I know again is it's silly. I won't have another bird because of that. I think birds are meant to be free and meant to be flying around outside, and I think cats and dogs, they would choose to be here versus outside. So that's different. Um, just wild animals should stay wild, I guess, in my opinion. I don't think it's cool to keep tigers or lions or uh, Shamu for that matter. Like I think that's a really crappy situation, especially couldn't even imagine. It's like prison, and they never done anything wrong. So and then they end up doing things that are bad, considered bad by us humans because they've been kept in a prison, and they get start going crazy because that's not how they're supposed to live. What'd you say though? Uh, the honey powder stuff, yeah, that stuff's awesome. It's just pure dried honey. Um, as soon as we were alone, he'd attack me. That's a bird for you, man. Birds are crazy. They have some really crazy personalities. I've always wanted to get a great big bird, like a macaw or a cockatoo. I've always liked cockatoos because they always are really animated and they got the big crowns and they dance with their heads and stuff. A lot of them do, not all of them, but I've always wanted one. But like I said, after my last bird passed, I know it's better off for them to be in the wild. Although I know there's going to be plenty of them born in captivity and sold as pets, and that's all the life they'll ever know. But I don't know if you guys, some of you guys probably know this, most of you guys might know this, but birds live an extremely long amount of time. Like the Romeo, his life expectancy was like 50 years, 45, 50 years. And I would say he was up there. Now that I would say would be extremely perfect conditions, and I would say their typical lifespan was probably more like 30 to 35, and he was probably 25 or so. I don't know how. I honestly have no clue how old he was. Called him dizzy because he hang upside down. That's funny. In his cage until blood rushed to his head, and he pass out, and then climb up and do it again. That something wrong with that bird. Good Lord, Tanya. I'm taking a day to drive to San Diego to go to the zoo up there, specifically to see some storks and some shoebill storks. Shoebill storks. Oh, like the ones that deliver, well, that that deliver babies. Is that a shoebill stork? I don't know. Let me look it up. God, this phone. Show me a picture of a shoebill stork. Oh no, that is not. That is not the type of stork I was thinking of, I don't think. Wow, they look like dinosaurs. Very interesting. So, what's the point of that, Jesse? Like, why? Um, what made you want to go see a shoebill stork? Are they really, really big? Let me look here. Well, they got one heck of a look to them when they look down like this, looking down their beak and looking out. Um, shoebill stork photos. How big is a shoebill stork? 3.5 to 5 foot tall, weighing in an average 12.3 pounds. They only weigh 12.3 pounds and they can be up to 5 foot tall. Ain't that crazy? Only weigh a little over 12 pounds on average. Average wingspan of almost, over 7.5 feet. 7.7 feet. Oh, the old show Snorks, I remember that. I would say they probably are rare, dude. There's only 648 pictures of a shoebill stork on, according to this, on Google or on some sort of log of high resolution pictures. Introducing the shoebill storks. That's a long drive to California, Jesse. Wow. Well, they sure. Okay, so we have what are those things? They're called. We call them cranes. I don't know what they really are. I think they're some sort of crane bird, and that comes into the Ohio River all the time. I remember when I first started working at this power plant that's right next to my house. One of the first things that I remember up there, we had these 4 great big huge round metal cylinders that are filled with concrete, and that's what the barge unloader sat on top of. And in between that, like my first day or two there was this huge crane that was sitting inside of there, and I took a bunch of pictures of it because I'd never been that close to one. Typically, they take off whenever they see humans or something. They're gone. Oh, you're flying. I thought you was driving. Okay, yeah, definitely that flight. Yeah, still a pretty long flight, but that's probably like a 6-hour flight, something like that. I'll drive to San Diego from LA. Got it. San Diego Zoo. That's probably the most prestigious zoo in America now. I know, like, the last thing I heard, see, the Columbus Zoo used to be the zoo, like, other than, like, SeaWorld or whatever. But the zoo in Columbus, Jack Hanna was the guy that always used to go on Johnny Carson and stuff. I heard a bunch of scandal stuff about Jack Hanna recently, within the last year or so. I don't know that it happened in the last year, but I heard about it in the last year. And I was shocked. I can't even remember what it was because I don't really care. But it really put a damper on the Columbus Zoo. The Columbus Zoo, like, they used to get all the premier animals, and they would get stuff that other zoos wouldn't because of Jack Hanna. And Jack Hanna, because he was such a big name, like, really like the only zoo guy really anybody knew until the crocodile hunter came into play. And he wasn't a zoo guy, he was a crocodile hunter. Like, he was a whole different animal, which I guess he was. He turned into a zoo guy. But I think he started off as just being the preservation of the crocodiles. Wow, I'm getting ready to get a zit right there. I just felt it. Huh. I don't get zits very often. Did the churro have a long neck, Tuna? Churro? Like a churro that you eat? Like cinnamon and sugar churro? Ever had any fish tanks? And it's okay. Yes and no. I have steered clear mainly of fish tanks. We did have a fish tank when my son was very little, so probably about 20 years ago, and we had goldfish. And then we tried doing the beta thing. We did the fighting fish, the betas, and we had a couple betas. I always hated the way you had to keep those fish. I just, in a jar, whatever, whatever vessel, no, like, didn't, no running water or anything like that, and they were just on their own. I never liked the way you had to keep those betas, and which you get a plant or whatever. We done that. We had a plant in a vase that was supposed to be for the fish or whatever. We did that one time, and I just, I'm not a fish guy. I'm not a fish guy. I don't like keeping the fish because there's so much work involved typically. In unless you spend thousands of dollars on some, and still there's going to be a considerable amount of maintenance in the upkeep of a large fish tank. So, the bowls are fish abuse. I agree. Like, it's, we won fish at the fair one time, and this is, I think, what happened. Uh, 20 years ago, whatever, won some goldfish at the local. Well, back then it was the largest county fair in West Virginia, and it was the nicest by far. And it has went so far downhill. I haven't went in years because it turned into just like awful. It was awful, but it used to be really nice, and it'd be huge, and it was nice for a county fair. You can look it up, Mason County Fair. It used to be the largest county fair in West Virginia, maybe even in the country or something. It was very prestigious, and everybody was like super excited about it, and it had a level of prestige with it because it was labeled the largest. And it's went, like I said, way downhill. But we won goldfish at the county fair, and I'm sure that's what got it started. And my son put him in. We got a fish bowl for him. Brought them home in bags, ended up putting them in a fish bowl, and then after we had them for not very long, we was like, man, we're gonna have to get a tank. Got a tank with the filter and the water. I guess the filter circulates the water or whatever. Went all in, and I think he had like probably 4 or 5 of them, and they ended up living for a few years. We had them longer than I had expected, which a couple of them died off in the first month or two. But we figured, like, fair fish, they won't live, they'll die, and they didn't. 75 gallons, pretty low maintenance. I have a community of fish that look after the environment. I do 25% water change once a month. That's not bad. 25% water change, that's not bad at all. Which a lot of it evaporates off too. I guess my son did keep a fish tank for a long time, but I never messed with it. And then my idiotic son decided that he was going to get ferrets without our permission. And I still am upset about that one, because he ended up having those. He bought a ferret, had it, and then he bought a mate for it, and he had 2. And had him for probably 3 years, 2.5, 3 years. And then what makes me really mad about it is not even the fact that he got them, which I didn't. I didn't want him to have them. They stink. They're just. He didn't spend enough time with them. I was all the time like, bring him out here so I can play with him, give him some interaction. But he just gave them away like nothing. I couldn't do that. I'm not. I don't know. I'm a different type of person than that, I guess. I couldn't give up a pet that I'd had for years just because. No real reason other than, I don't want it no more. So I've been pretty disappointed about that ever since he done it. But it was his. He was an adult when he done it. Done it right before he left here and moved out. And now he's got a cat, and his roommate's got a cat. So they got 2 cats, and I think they got 2 dogs too. I don't know. I don't ever go up there. He lives right up here, but I don't go up there for a reason. The last time I went up there, I'm not going to tell you guys this story. It's too personal. It's too much. Um, got it. Got into some stuff that I wasn't happy about, and neither was the neighbors. We actually got a call from the neighbor 5 days after that, probably, and became an issue, which I got all over the roommate because my son wasn't home, and I told him, I was like, I'm saying the same thing to you that I'd say to him. You need to deal with this. Yeah, goldfish can be as big as their environment. Some of what people think are koi fish are goldfish. But yeah, koi's can get as big as their environment. As big as if you build them a huge space to live in and feed them like you're supposed to feed koi fish, they'll get huge. They'll get, I mean, I've seen koi fish myself, like that long and probably that big around. When I was in New York, there's a lot of value in koi fish, if I'm not mistaken. I've heard people say that, but I don't know anything about it. I've never cared enough to research it or look it up. I've heard it, but I don't know any of the specifics. Small tank have stunted growth and it's painful to them. Really? Huh. So I know it takes a lot of years for a goldfish to get large, but if you put a goldfish in like a 100-gallon tank, which is that's a big tank. That'd be like as big as my table and as tall as what my boards are over there, which is 24 tall and probably 3 foot wide. So 3 by 2 by 3. So it'd be a big tank probably. I'm gonna guess that would hold 100 gallons. Yeah, probably. Because a 75-gallon tank is just a little bit skinnier, and a 100-gallon tank is a little bit longer and a good bit wider. Unless you got a long, I mean, they come in all shapes. What am I talking about? Koi can be worth thousands. That's what I thought. Minimum is a 50-gallon for a goldfish. Wow, 50-gallon, 50-gallon, 50-gallon. I think my son had a. It wasn't. It might have been 50. No, maybe it was 25. I think he might have had a 25-gallon. So 25 would have been too small, huh? There's 100 pounds of pressure for every 10 gallons. 100 pounds of pressure for every 10 gallons of water. 100 pounds of pressure for. So they need more pressure. Because 100 gallons, that'd be times 10, that'd be 1,000 pounds of pressure in that tank. And a 25-gallon tank would only be 250 pounds of pressure. Yeah, some strong plexi, some strong glue, to be honest, that holds those edges together, or epoxy, or whatever they use. I have no clue. I don't know anything at all about building fish tanks. I know they made a whole TV show out of it. I think it's called Tanks, right? Tanks. Used to be on Animal Planet. It was called something like that. Oh, weighs 100 pounds for every 10 gallons of water. Yeah, that'd probably be about right. How much does a gallon of milk weigh? Is milk less than water? Hold on. How much does a gallon of water weigh? 8.3 pounds. How much does a gallon of milk weigh? 8.6 pounds. Slightly more. A little more dense. How much does a gallon of oil weigh? Not as dense. I'm going 7.61 pounds for a gallon of oil. Huh. Learning stuff. Yeah, buddy. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm going to cut out. Man, I never did. I brought bread, but I never used the jam. I got a bunch of stuff to clean up, and I'm gonna. heat that brownie up, which I'm going to have to scrape all that chocolate sauce off over into a bowl. Oh yeah, don't forget to hit the thumbs up or down, either way. Ration Museum live stream tomorrow probably. That's another trip that I have got to make soon to Philly, and I need to make it. It needs to. I gotta pack a bunch of stuff in my car. I don't even think my Challenger. I don't think I wouldn't be able to pack everything I need in my Challenger. I'm like trying to think in my head, because I got a bunch of cases that I'm pretty sure he doesn't have that need to go to the museum, and I know I've got at least probably 4 or 5 rations like that are pretty rare that need to go in there. Maybe I should just go and like hang out and then maybe go back again. Make it like a 2-trip thing. But I've got a lot of stuff coming up within the next week or two. Probably big stuff. And then I'll be letting you guys in on it. And we may be doing a live stream like 2 weeks from now from a different location. And that'll be a fun one. I'll have like a meal, and and it's gonna be cool. You guys are gonna like this. So yeah, anytime I leave town, I got to make sure I have someone to take care of my animals, and because my old lady doesn't like to take care of the cats, so I got to make sure my son will do it, or I pay somebody else to do it. But one way or the other, I can make it happen. That's why if I could find homes for almost every one of those cats, I would, because they drag me down. They keep me home, and I have to tend to them. I have to do stuff for them. And same with the dog. I can't really leave him either. Like, I'm the one that's here. Now, Ethan is almost out of school, and when he's out of school, like, he can deal with it. But when he's in school, like, I got to deal with the dogs. So, especially Sebastian, the old one. All right. So, Ration Museum live stream tomorrow. There is a link in the... I think there's a link in the chat. Or it looked like there was. Link in the chat for Ration Museum live stream tomorrow. As many folks as possible coming. I'll try to post about that tomorrow. And I'll tell you what. I don't think Dawn is still in here, but to be able to eat the Ritz crackers out of this thing, this ration was in really good shape. For a 16-year-old ration, 15, 16, it's 16 because everything was mid-2006. So, it's pretty amazing, honestly. For a 16-year-old food item, a 16-year-old commercial food item, to still be edible, like, yeah, I mean, come on. That's unheard of. It's really not common, guys. It's really not common. Like I said, you can go back and look at some of my older IMP reviews and videos that I've live streams and stuff. And look, I had a pack of those crackers from 2011. I think I had a 2011 IMP not that long ago on a live stream, and it had those Ritz crackers in it, and they were awful. And, I mean, not even remotely edible. So, and these ones right here are more or less perfect. They got a slight tinge of that smell, but no taste at all. You can't taste it, really. Well, I said it all. Tiny. But all right, guys. Huge thanks to anybody who was kind enough to send a super chat tonight. And huge thanks to all my patrons. Thank you guys for hanging in there, being loyal patrons over there, because I'm not exactly sure when this will happen. I'm not going to set a date on it or anything, but if you're a patron, or if you have been and you haven't been for a while, if I message you over there, please answer it, because what it's going to be is me trying to get an address to send you stuff, because I'm going to be going through all my stuff, and I'm going to probably have to make up probably 20 some packages, and it's probably going to cost me, like, it just in shipping, $1,000 just to ship everything out. But it's something that I've wanted to do and needed to do for a long time, and I'm gonna dedicate myself to do this. and it might be something I set up on a live stream too, where we're going through all kinds of my rations and stuff and boxing up stuff for patrons and the other folks. Like I want to set up a box for Smitty and some other folks. So yeah, all right, guys. And well, CT, I need to send B Temple a box. All the Canadian guys up there for sure. So, all right. I don't know if I'll do the ham next week. It depends. I've got some other stuff supposed to be coming in the mail this week, so it's going to depend on what shows up this week. I'm always trying to pick up new stuff that we can be interactive with here. And like I said, I got a whole box here, and I'm going to get another box. And I've got me and Delicious are working together on some stuff. He already bought some Polish SRGs that should be coming. Got some Norwegian Arctics, so those should be, they'll be a while, but those will be coming soon. It won't be too long, but well, it'll be a while. But it, you know, grand scheme of things, a little chunk of life. But I'm looking forward to those. Yeah, ooh. Norwegian Arctics. I haven't had any Norwegian Arctics in, it's been a while. Thing is, I've got a few Norwegian Arctics. I just have no clue where they're at. I have no freaking clue where they're at. I put them up somewhere. I remember thinking, like, I need to put these up somewhere. Because these are, like, good rations. These are something that I could eat if, you know, crap hit the fan. Like, these are good food for the whole family. I have no clue where I put them. No clue. And, like, I've got rations stacked and stuffed. I've got so many rations I got to move. I'll get to it, but it's coming up soon. What the hell? There's a spider in the French onion soup. It's not in it, but it's in the cup. Anyways, all right, guys. I guess all I got left to do now is say thank you guys so much for watching and spending all this time with me on your weekend, on your Saturday night, because there's so many other things you could be doing. Don't forget that thumbs up or down, either way. But I really do appreciate you guys spending your time with me. And I'll see you guys for sure at least next Saturday. Hopefully, I'd like to start doing like a little tiny hour here or there, just whenever I feel like it. And all right, I'll see y'all on the next live stream. Later, y'all.